Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? How y'all doing tonight? Spur Game 31 with my brothers over here.
Yes, sir. It's your
One
boy
tree
B
red eye.
Gifted in the house.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sorry, guys, we've been waiting for this Jets guy to come out. He ain't coming out. I think he knows his team's about to lose this week and he don't have too much to say about it. But we gonna still give you a fire show. We still came out here to give you guys a fire show. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you hit that like on the way in. It does a lot to get all of our content out, across the other Eagles fans. So, what up, guys? What do y'all want to talk about? Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? I have my questions for the Jets guy already.
hmm
But, y'all let me know what
Hey,
y'all want to do.
man, look, just to start off, we need to win. I'm still trying to get this taste out of my mouth that happened last game, yo, because really, honestly, I'm still stuck on Jalen Rager. He sucks.
Oh my God.
Period.
It has
I
been
gotta
my
start the show off right there. Jalen Rager sucked. And look, I know I expressed it a whole lot after the game, but the conversation that Jalen Rager sucked has been continued throughout this whole week. Everybody has been saying Rager sucked. Jalen Rager cannot catch. Jalen Rager's effort on the field is trash. The guy literally, if we think about it, Jalen Rager is worse than Nelson Aguilar. And if he worse than Nelson Aguilar, yeah, I know how we treated Nelson. Jalen Rager played himself on the bench. Period. Simple as that.
Yeah, man.
DJ, Grand, you already know, man.
D-Jax, baby.
You already know. But yeah, I agree, man.
Cause at the end of the day, everybody basically all week people have been saying, oh, Jalen Hurst is not the starter for the future. Jalen Hurst, now everybody was questioning. But just previous week, you couldn't find nobody really that was against Jalen Hurst being the starter for next season and for the future. Last game was definitely not a game that us Eagles fans are used to. This is a guy like Jalen Hurst who has been consistent since last year of protecting the football. That is something that he does not do consistently. So for people to be against Jalen Hurts all of a sudden because he had a bad game, look around the NFL. Quarterbacks have bad games all the time. Not to mention Jalen Hurts just reached his 16 games he played, so he officially got his 16 regular season games in. But even with that being said, people still acting like he had any type of preseason or anything. You know what I mean? So in reality, you know, he still is a work in progress. And like I said, he don't normally turn the ball over, so I wasn't really concerned about him throwing the 3 picks. Even in the game when he threw the 3 picks, I wasn't concerned. I didn't like it. He wasn't playing good. I'm not trying to say he played good at any of that. But what I'm saying is the fact still remains is that when he did, the game wasn't on the line. Everything that I've been saying about Jalen Hurts, when the game is on the line, he's a baller. Well, in that game, he proved me right. Even though he threw them 3 picks, when the game was on the line, like I always say, when the game was on the line, he delivered. He put the ball on the money twice. What more do you want the guy to do? If Jalen Rager catches that ball, we're having a total, complete, different conversation when it comes to that game. Jalen Hurts could have easily wiped away that D performance and turned it into at least a C plus or a D if Jalen Rager would have caught that ball. So it's like I know a lot of people want to put the game on Hurts, Well, when the game came down to it, it wasn't on Hurts. That's a fact. When the game was on the line, it wasn't him. He put the ball on the money. I don't know how a guy gets drafted in the first round, gets both hands up in the air, and still the ball hits him right in the head. That don't even make sense, bro. You completely played yourself on the bench. And so that's why I say my confidence in Jalen Rager hasn't shifted one bit. And the mistakes that was made, it was mostly due to him not looking off the safety, him looking at staring down one guy in a situation like that, a problem like that, that can be easily corrected. So my confidence in Jalen Hurst has not shifted. He does not normally turn the ball over, and I do think the play calling didn't help him as much. So this upcoming game, I'm looking for Jalen Hurst to bounce back. Y'all know Jalen Hurst was dealing with an injury, an ankle injury, after the game. And come to find out, he gonna be starting, which I believe is a good thing, because last thing I need for Jalen Hurst is to miss a game. Considering this is an evaluation period for him, this is an important game. We need to see how Jalen Hurst bounced back. But even with that being said, I don't think we gonna learn a lot about Jalen Hurst's arm, because I believe that we will be running the ball a whole lot more in this game, probably more than we did last game. I believe last game we're gonna be similar to that same type of style, if not more, this upcoming game, which I believe is a must, because that is where we're most dominant at, up front on the line. So we need to continue with that method. The coach Nick Sirianni got away from that early in the game. He kept on doing outside passing stuff. When he gave the ball to Miles Sanders, it was a lot of outside runs, or just Miles Sanders, just by nature, always want to bounce it outside. Jordan Howard, in my opinion, has looked way better than the Miles Sanders. He hits the hole. He's direct. He doesn't wait around. That's been my guy since we picked him up. I never understood why he was on the bench, or why he wasn't even getting dressed. So, like I said, I believe the running game would be a huge factor going into this Jets game. Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, and I feel like the running game will be more effective this week, based off the fact that one of the Jets' best run defenders is not gonna play this week, Sheldon Rankins. I mean, if you've been following Sheldon Rankins' career, he's been one of the best run stopping D tackles in the league since he came in. John Franklin Myers might not play. He's a young talent. He's a great run stopper, good pass rusher. So they're missing two of their key guys up front.
Oh, really? I
CJ
didn't even know
Mosley
he was
will play
missing.
more than likely. And the starting quarterback going to be Zach Wilson. He's had full practice all week. So, I mean, I feel like we got advantages on both sides of the football. We just got to, take advantage of it. Running the football. I mean,
Do you guys think the running game's going to be affected by Jalen Hurst's ankle being hurt, though? Because we know that Jalen Hurst is kind of the reason why a lot of these run plays work so well, because people worry about him running with the ball too as well. Do you think that's going to affect this running game? Or I really feel like the line's good enough that it shouldn't really matter too much. But what do you guys think about that?
I don't feel like Jalen Hurts is as hurt as people think he is. He had some ankle soreness. I mean, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna ice him up, shoot him up with medicine. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be feeling brand new on Sunday. So I don't feel like it's as bad as people think it is. He's still gonna be able to use his legs. The only thing that probably be a little different is how much they run him. How much they run him. They probably limited his running this week. Probably stick to the basics. Stick to the run game. The just straight up run downhill running. I mean, I feel like we could beat this team. Just staying in short yardage positions, man. Like a second down and 5, third down and 2. And we could just work them down the field. And I feel like eventually their linebackers are going to start streaming up to stop the run. That's when we get those one-on-ones where Jalen Hurts can really start to use his arm. Because really, Jalen Hurts has been good when it's been man-to-man coverage or something like that. He just struggles. He struggles a little bit with fitting footballs into zones. So, I mean, this kind of game plan can help a dude like that out, because they're going to have to go man-to-man eventually, or their linebackers are going to have to stream away from those zones, because we running the football so effectively. They're going to have to come up and play the run. That's when you get those wide open wide receivers. But Nick Sirianni is just going to have to start stringing these plays together, man. Like, he's going to have to start, dialing up plays off of the run game. Like, saying it could be the same formation. You give them 3 straight runs, and then you give them a play action out of that formation, they biting on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good your defense is, they biting on that because
Yep.
you running the football down their throat, you manhandling them. Now they got to meet you at the line of scrimmage. That's when Jalen pop his head up,
Yep.
hit one of those wide receivers.
Yep.
So I mean, football is a simple game. It's just certain people make it harder than it's supposed to be. I mean, I feel like this coaching staff, on a lot of occasions, they made it harder than it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
If you dominant on the run game, you should have a dominant play action game too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it should be that simple, but I mean, we make it harder on ourselves. So, I mean, we come down there and ball like we supposed to ball. This should be an easy blowout. But if we let them hang around, the Jets got the type of offense and defense that can score points. So we're going to have to go down there and punch them in their mouth. And as simple as that.
Yeah, man. I agree 100% because Jalen Hurst is one of the reasons why our run game is so effective. This guy is a guy that damn near rushes for at least 50 yards a game. Last game, I believe he rushed 9 times. Let me see, no, 8 times for 77 yards. So I don't think going into this game, considering he was dealing with some ankle soreness, I don't think he gonna have 77 yards, but I still think he gonna be effective and probably have at least 50 yards. Last game he averaged 9.6 yards a carry. It's damn near first down every time he take off. And going against a defense that you mentioned is could be possibly missing John Franklin Myers, and I forgot the other guy's name that you mentioned.
Sheldon Rankins.
Yeah. So with them two guys missing from the from the defensive line, I feel like Jalen Hurst still can be somewhat effective because at the end of the day, we're not going against a top tier team. This is a team that has a lot of flaws, don't have a lot of skill players, and Jalen Hurst's legs can still somewhat be effective. But even with that being said, I'm not really too worried about him running because honestly, I want to see him pass the ball more. I want to see him stand in the pocket more, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad to hear that he is playing the game because he is coming off the worst game of the season. So with that being said, if we want this guy to be our future quarterback, we have to see how this guy be able to bounce back. We're going to have to be able to see how this guy will be able to stand in the pocket and deliver. But with his ankle injury, I don't think, like I said, it's going to affect the running game too much because not only is the Jets defense not as elite as previous defenses we've been going against, but we got running backs like Boston Scott who is constantly running hard. I know he fumbled last game. Miles Sanders still has something to prove, and I'm not sure if Jordan Howard is coming back, but Jordan Howard definitely fits our scheme a whole lot more because he just gets the yards that the defense is gives them, and so yeah, I'm if Jalen Hurst is not as effective with his run with his legs, I'm not looking for him to be that. I'm looking for Miles Sanders to be that guy to run the ball. I'm looking for Boston Scott to be that guy to run the ball,
Right.
or Jordan Howard. Miles Sanders left the game early last game dealing with an injury, but he only had 9 carries for 64 yards. He averaged 7 yards a carry, so that's pretty good considering the fact he only had 9 carries. And even with those 9 carries, I need him to get more because I know y'all remember before we turned into this run heavy team, those the same amount of carries that he was getting before we turned into a run heavy team. He was getting 7, 8 carries, 7, 8, 9 carries, barely getting 10. Here we go again. Last game, he only get 9 carries, 64 yards. He get injured. Miles Sanders have to show that he can be that guy. It's getting too late it's getting too late after his rookie season that he has yet shown us to be one, reliable, two, a guy that can be consistent. Miles Sanders has to step up, especially if we going against a team like the Jets. He better turn it up. Boston Scott, he's the guy also I'm looking for in this game to also turn up. Last game, we rushed for over 200 yards despite losing. With that being said, we should still be effective with running the ball with all our guys. I'm not worried about our rushing attack. We need to lean on our rushing attack more so from our running backs. And Trey, you brought up a great point with them using the run and being able to use the play action off the run. That to me sounds like a traditional like offense, lining up under center, giving the defense different looks because at that point they don't know what he finna do. They don't know if he finna turn around and hand it off. They don't know. But when you standing in shotgun, you can see everything. And 9 times out of 10, they know where the running back can go, and they know that 9 times out of 10 it can be a pass or a run option. So I'm thinking going into this game, this is the perfect game to rebound against, especially if we plan on uh, 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 leaning on the run game. This game, I'm expecting Nick Sirianni to continue and revert back to what was working, which was the run game and running down their throats. I'm predicting at least 230 yards rushing. That's because we're going against the Jets. You know, we haven't lost against the Jets. We have never lost against the Jets. I remember the last time we played the Jets, the defense had a feast. I think they had about 7 sacks. You know what I mean? So for some odd reason, we just turn up. And if it's any game for the running backs to turn up, it's this game because not only do we have to win, but this is a must-win game. Believe it or not.
Facts. If we want to go to that playoffs, this is a must win, man. And I like what Smoke says. He says you can't just run the same run plays that you run with Jordan Howard. You know, these guys are speed backs. You got to be able to make that adjustment and give them different plays too as well. Like don't run if you know Jordan Howard has success running up the gut. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to turn around and make, Miles Sanders or a guy like Kenny Gamer run up the gut. You got to give them other um run options. Where's the tosses, the sweeps? You know what I'm saying? Where's the halfback screens at?
Yeah.
Those are the type of plays you need to have these guys doing when you got these guys on the field, as opposed to trying to run them just directly up the gut. Like you got to run up the gut too, but at the same time, I will agree. That I do think they need to learn how to switch up the play calling when it comes to different backs being back there.
In all reality, they just got the 32nd ranked defense, man. We should go up. We should go up there and beat on these dudes, man.
Mm-hmm.
We should go up there and beat on these dudes. In all reality, I mean, the Jets don't do nothing well. I mean, so it's like, they can sting you. I mean, if you go up there and you start bull crapping, but if you come up there in your game, the Jets don't do nothing well, man. They don't really have a number one corner. CJ Mosley in and out of the lineup week in and week out. That's their best defender right there. Don't have a dominant pass rusher coming off the edge. It's like we should go down there and stomp on these Bulls, man. For real, for real. But you never know what Eagle team you getting, man. It's like that's the only part that scared me. It's not them, it's us.
Yeah.
I mean, we get in our own way a lot. We get in our own way a whole lot. Like even last week, we were supposed to dominate that game from start to finish. Nick Sirianni tried to get a little bit too cute at the beginning. He got back to his running game, but at that point, it's like, damn, bro, like you didn't pass the ball like 30 times already. Now you want to run it like 15 straight times? He got to get a little bit more balance in his offense, man.
Right.
Run the ball on first, second down, throw it on third, or mix it up. Run it on first, pass it on second, run it on third. Just mix it up. But in that series, it got to be a blend, though. It can't be 3-4 straight passes, then you try to run the football, or 3-4 straight runs, and then you try to pass it like 3-4-5 times. It's like, bro, you gotta get more consistency in your play calling. And this should be the perfect game for Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurst to bounce back. But like I said, the Jets all time are 0-12 against us. We never lost to the New York Jets, like ever in history. That's like a 50-year span. So, I mean, we should go down there and beat the brakes off these dudes. But like I said, how much faith do y'all have in this team right now?
Yeah, I like that, Richie. You said Devontae Smith that Bradbury ate Smith's lunch. Why doesn't Smith go in motion? We don't use none of that stuff that other NFL teams do. When I was talking to Chris today, he's saying that, he noticed too that a lot of these receivers aren't running crisp routes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not running the routes the way that they need to be ran to get the guys open. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying that that's why he thinks Nick Sirianni's dumbed down the offense. But I'm like, you dumb down the offense to the point where the defense know what you're about to do, that's going to also make it harder for you to be successful. So you got to hit that point of the season where it's like everything goes, man. Open it up. Let's see some new plays. Let's see some, different formations and open it up. If you got a mistake here and there, you know what I'm saying, that could be messing with the players' confidence as well. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like you're not willing to trust them to run something new, You got to keep trying to work on this to the point they're thinking about it too much, and that's why you continuously see mistakes happen. Kind of like what we said about with Rager or with Sanders. These guys are so pressured mentally that they're not producing the things you want to see on the field at a consistent rate.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't know how y'all take this, but the Philadelphia 76ers got the 16th ranked defense overall in the NFL. So for all the bad stuff everybody was saying about us, we've been doing well. We not in that bottom 30 to 20. We right in the thick of things. I mean, we can either go up or you could go down. And I feel like we rising. So
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you don't know which side of the ball gonna dominate the game. That'd be the thing with us. The defense will show up for a week, then the offense will show up, and the defense won't. It's like we never get to that. Only game I can say that the offense and defense showed up was that Detroit game.
Mm-hmm.
The Detroit game, Denver, for the most part, that's 2 games out of the whole season. They gotta get to the point where they both on the same page. They both clicking at the same time. Because, I mean, the season not getting no longer. It's getting shorter every week. And if they really want to make that playoff push, they're going to have to get better. They're going to have to get way better than they're doing right now. You can go down there and blow out trash teams, but we get to the playoff, and I feel like the test really going to be when we play that Washington team. When we play that Washington team, because, I mean, a lot of people don't want to say it, but that Washington team is solid. They're a solid football team, man. They come to play every week. I mean, Taylor Heineke been balling. It's like Gibson, he could break out any given play. It's like Terry McLaurin. They call him Scary Terry for a reason.
Terry.
It's like, bro, that's gonna be the real test to see if we can beat some playoff teams because Washington has beat a couple playoff teams this year. They beat a few playoff teams this year. So it's like that's gonna be our test right there. I mean, we laid an egg against the Giants. It wasn't supposed to happen, but a lot of us didn't think we was gonna go undefeated down the stretch anyway. So why not get it out of the way early? I mean, who knows? That could be the spark, or that Giants game could be the spark, or that could be, the cap on the season. So the Eagles got to determine what they want to do.
Yeah, I think you brought up a good point as far as like the defense and the offense not being on the same page, on a week to week basis. And so far this season, that's pretty much basically what we've been having problems with, the consistency from the coaches. Each and every week, the consistency has not been there. We just lost against the Giants, which was ended our first winning streak of the season. That was one of the things that I was looking to see. How do we handle success? How do we uh, 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 handle our first legitimate 2 game win streak? And so to see how the coaches coach, I can say the defense has been getting better. I'm not sure if that's due to less competent quarterbacks or what, but that's 3 games now in a row where the defense has pretty much been consistent. And as far as with Nick Sirianni and his play calling, I do feel like he do need to mix it up as far as being more balanced, just like Trey said, because it get to a point where Mud's already predicting the shit. If you running first second down, and you first of all, normally when we focus on that outside shit trying to do screens, normally our first down play is a tackle for loss. So now we second and long. And now we second and long, and then we in the shotgun trying to surprise them with a sneak up the middle, a run or something, and then don't get nowhere. and then that's when we try to pass. Well, we already in a predictable situation. You know what I mean? Then so that's why I say when Coach Nick Sirianni put us in situations like that, he's not helping the team. And the reason I say he's not helping the team because we don't have the skill. I know a lot of people want to see different routes, but we don't have the skill players to make up for those loss of downs. We don't have those type of skill players. Nick Sirianni already stated in his press conference that when they design the offense and they design routes and shit, the first two reads is either one Dallas Goddard or two Devontae Smith and everybody else after that, or it's one Devontae Smith or it's Dallas Goddard next. One of them two. So those two are the only two guys that are consistent. And we saw what happened when Mudge tried to force the ball into Jalen Rager hand. He's trash. He's trash. So we don't have nobody else besides Dallas Goddard and Devontae Smith who is consistent. Who like it be some drives where I see
Dallas
Devontae
isn't even
Smith.
that consistent, to be honest. He's been
You
not
said
as
who?
consistent as I want him to be. Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas Goddard, he that guy, but I feel like he did drop a pass last game that really I felt like, hey, we paying you all this money, the game is on the line, you need to catch that. So, but yeah, I still got faith in Dallas Goddard. He's still our primary weapon. Devontae Smith is still our go-to guy. What we need to do is get a competent somebody to complement Devontae Smith. We thought Quez Watkins was gonna be that guy, but hey, he having a hard time running routes. You know what I mean? So we fuck around and have to get a veteran wide receiver. But my point is, when Nick Sirianni calling bad plays and not helping us, we don't have the skill players to make up for it. So we need to be balanced. We have to be balanced because when we're in a predictable situation like passing, they already know who our guys is. Devontae Smith and Dallas Goddard. On the last play, a lot of people want to say Devontae Smith was wide open, not realizing that the guy was bracketed up top and not even paying attention to the line of scrimmage during the time where he, raising his hand or whatnot. The guy's in the pocket moving around trying to extend the play. He got a split second to see Devontae Smith. As soon as Devontae Smith raising his hand, he getting out the way from a defender. And by that time, the safety over the top already peeping what's going on. Devontae Smith got over the top of the corner. You don't think the corner knew what he was doing? He knew he knew he was baiting Devontae Smith, so Jalen Hurst could throw it to him. But instead, Jalen Hurst made the right read to a guy, Jalen Rager, who you brought up a great point about the fact that I believe you brought it up last game. The guy was in the middle of the field. Jalen Hurst is gonna see Jalen Rager first before anybody. That was the right read. That was the right read, right throw, and everything. And the shit just didn't work out right. Nick Sirianni need to get back on the ball because just like you said last game, Bird game, he just got out the doghouse.
Yeah.
He just got out the doghouse. If we lose against the Jets, you best believe he's gonna be right back in the doghouse.
Oh, forget that. Someone needs to get fired. We lose the Jets.
Yeah. Hey,
I
I
keep
just
saying
seen
that.
this.
I thought that about the Giants too, but no one did. Someone needs to get fired. We lose back to back to these guys.
Yeah.
Both New York teams, man. They're garbage. Like we
Hey,
need.
look, one guy that I know though is gonna show up. I'm going.
Highlight did blow that block though, Marianne, for sure. That was
Yeah.
another reason why Jalen had to move out of the way and
Mhm.
See, that's what I said too. When you looked at that Devontae Smith pass,
Mhm.
if you notice that second that he was open, you gotta look at the picture of where Jalen was even looking at that point. He wasn't looking that direction at that point of the play. You know what I'm saying? So we all wanted him to throw it there, but if Jalen's not even looking that way, you kind of ask him to do something that's like no man can do.
Mhm.
Like if you're not even worried about that,
Mhm.
At the
how
end
was he
of the
supposed to make
day,
that throw?
he made the right read and right throw. So I mean,
Right.
yeah, they could say we could have threw it to anybody, but Jalen Rager is on the team. He's an NFL player. He's getting paid to catch the football. You got to catch the football.
He's a first round pick
Yeah,
too.
you got to catch it. Like it ain't no excuse. Oh, we should have threw it to Devontae. We double
Right.
covered.
That's
Like
the
no,
dumbest
he threw it
excuse
to the
ever.
wide open receiver and he dropped it both times.
Right. He threw it to a
Like
wide open receiver, bro. I would
he
never
dropped it both
understand
times.
anybody.
But on some real though, we like we just did just now. We
Mhm.
we pointed out everybody. except one person, Jalen Hurts. We do this a lot.
Well, he started out with
No,
Jalen
no,
Hurts. He
no,
said
no.
he had a bad game. He threw the picks.
Look though.
But at that point in the game, he wasn't like. That's what happened with Jalen. When Jalen does have bad games, it's like always in the beginning of the game.
Uh-huh.
But it's not at the end of the game. Usually, that's when he plays his best football.
It don't
I
matter.
always say when the game is on the line, he's
he's a player at the end of the day. Natural instincts kick in, but all I'm gonna say is he gotta get better as a passer. He have to.
That's what this game is about, man. This next game is about him being able to pass the ball. When the opportunities come, I don't give a fuck how many times we run the ball. We can run it 50 times and pass it 10 times. If we pass it 10 times, I better see 10 dimes. You know, if anybody is hard on Jalen Hurst, it's me. I want this guy. I got so much that I want from this guy. I'm a Jalen Hurst fan. I'm an Eagles fan first, though. I'm an Eagles fan first. And so when I want my quarterback, I want my guy to be that guy. I want to see him throw downs. I want to be able to say, yeah, look at that throw. So going into this game, I'm like you said, the season is getting shorter by the week and week. Hey, we are evaluating Jalen Hurst. He has to show us something because last game, I was convinced. He showed me a whole nother side. I want to know, is this guy my quarterback? I want him to show me something. Show me you can pass the ball, bro, consistently. Even after this game, I don't care. Even after this game, after he played the Jets, say we win, I'm not gonna be satisfied. I want to see. Just you brought up a great point. The Washington Redskins, because I'm looking at the schedule about competent opponents, and those gonna be the next guys, in my opinion, that really put up a fight. And so, with that being said, you know, I don't get too hyped when we beat, you know, weak teams or Jalen Hurts have a great performance against bad teams. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. Now, when it comes to these great teams, you know, or more competent teams, I want to see him perform, bro. I want to see him make throws. And that's why I get upset because at the end of the day, we evaluating Jalen Hurst. When guys drop the ball, that falls on Jalen Hurst. Quez Watkins dropped the most beautiful pass Jalen Hurst threw all season. Jalen Reagor dropped 2 game touchdowns. Greg Ward dropped the catch. You know what I mean? These are all. I think we dropped 9 touchdown passes within the season. Those 9 touchdown passes. Period.
And that's not even including the ones that are penalties that got called back.
Yes, right. Because it was 9 drops. That's not even counting the penalties, like you said. So basically, with that being said, bro, that's taken away from us evaluating Jalen Hurst. I need to see these wide receivers step up, not just Devontae Smith. Step up. They have to step up because they making Jalen Hurst look way worse than what I truly think he is. I need to see him though make those plays. Look, even if they drop it, throw it again. You got
those are made plays that are not made.
He got to throw the ball consistently on point because if he don't, we're gonna be evaluating and saying he can't throw such and such incompletions. He has to show. If it's one game he has to dominate, it's this game. And I don't want to see him. Listen, we evaluating Jalen Hurst. We already know he can run. Show me something that I haven't seen before. Pass the ball. If we win the game and he again 8 carries, 76 yards, we running it 30 times, you know, and he got 187 yards or something like that. What have we learned? We gonna be going into the next week, and everybody gonna be like, oh, Jalen Hurts my quarterback. Oh, Jalen Hurts can't throw though. Jalen Hurts my quarterback. You know, going back and forth. He has to understand that we have to see every part of his game, and that's what I'm looking for. Honestly, I want to see a win, and I want to see Jalen Hurts throw the ball. Throw the ball. And if we running it, I want to see our running backs running the ball. I don't want to see Jalen Hurts run the ball. I want to see him be a quarterback for one game. One game. I haven't seen him really be a traditional quarterback since last year when we was with Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson, when Jalen Hurst got in, he was still running a more traditional offense, but that was more so because Doug Peterson ran a 12 personnel, type of offense. We need to run a traditional like offense because Jalen Hurst performed. Jalen Hurst performed in a traditional offense. All the gimmicky shit, of course he gonna perform because he got legs. But put him in a traditional offense so we can see him perform, so we can evaluate. Turn around and hand the ball off to Miles Sanders. Turn around and hand the ball off to Jordan Howard. Run the ball. Play action. Simple.
Pull that back up one more time, Bergen.
And what I want to say is too, like you said it too. You know what I'm saying? All those numbers that we talked about, Jalen has to do. Say for me, I evaluate him off those plays too. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, 8, 9 touchdowns that got dropped. All those touchdowns that got called back off penalties. I evaluate that as in on those plays, he made the play.
Yeah.
So in terms of when people always like he's not accurate, he does not throw good balls. I'm like, if you guys are willing to say that he would have had him, with the touchdown drops or the penalties break back, you got to add that into your evaluation of him, meaning he made the play on those plays. And that is accurate throwing, that's him being accurate throwing football. Like, I don't know.
But you also
look at things that both ways too, yes, it doesn't count on his stats, so you don't see it on his stats. But even without those stats, you look at him still top 10, first 15 games, whatever. Imagine if those plays did happen. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So I kind of look at it like, wow, this guy would have some of the best stats in the league. We probably have more wins this season, if these plays were to happen.
But if we had better skill position players. And
that's what I wanted to do that with you guys. I wanted to go through the skill position, basically through our roster here. And I want you guys to let me know, do you think we need to let these guys, we're going to go position by position, let these guys ride out, develop? Or do you guys want to draft somebody to upgrade the position? Or do you guys want someone in free agent to upgrade the position?
All right, let me, before we move on, let me say this first. Y'all said it was a lot of penalties that got took off the board. Touchdowns got took off the board because of penalties. But you got to look at it like this, too. A lot of those penalties was Jalen Hurst's fault, though. You get me? A lot of them was Jalen Hurst's fault. Holding on to the ball too long. It's a run-pass option. The linemen don't know what the play is. They don't know if you handing it off or you passing the football. So if you hold the ball more than 2 to 3 seconds, they're going to be 5 yards down the field. So if you can kick it that way,
but if the receiver doesn't get open for more than 2 to 3 seconds, you're not going to throw the ball till he's open.
Say that again.
I said, but if the receiver doesn't get open within those 2 or 3 seconds, by the time Jalen does hit him, that's when they score the touchdown.
He hesitated too. You get me? So we could pick oranges and apples with this. So it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, Jalen Hurst gotta be. He looked like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna just say it. He looked like a bona fide running back right now. That's what he looked like. He looked like a running back that can throw a little bit. He got to get to the point where he can scare you with his legs and his arms, because once they take the legs away from you, we got nothing. We got nothing, and we can't blame that all on our skill position, because there's a lot of times when dudes open and Jalen miss him. He don't see him. He lock in on one receiver too long. That's the cause of like a lot of the interceptions he threw this year, even though he ain't throw a lot of them. But that's the cause of, like, I think like 80% of them is because Jalen Hurst stared the receiver down. So it's like, I mean, he got to get better, and that's what. But
even that being said, he don't have that many turnovers.
Yeah, he got what? He got 9 interceptions now.
Compared to like the rest of the league and all the top quarterbacks out there, Jalen's still low on turnovers.
He got 8. He got 8 interceptions now.
He's not turning the ball over. I know for sure guys like Mahomes got more turnovers than that.
But
Brady got more.
Who got more turnovers?
Wilson's got more turnovers than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
4 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
Who got 4 touchdowns, 10 interceptions?
Zach, the Jets quarterback.
Zach Wilson. Oh yeah, he trash. But he missed damn near half of the season too.
Damn, and still through 10?
Yeah, he was throwing like 4 a game.
Damn.
But yeah, on some real though, it's like I said, at the end of the day, that's what we play the game for the experience. I mean, for you to get better. It's
Mhm.
just, I mean, at the end of the season, it's going to be Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. It don't matter what we say. If they don't feel like he could play quarterback, he's not going to be here. We could hope and pray for him all we want,
Mhm.
but he got to show a little bit more in
He
that
has to
passing
show with
game.
his arm. He has to show with his
But a lot
arm.
of the stuff too that everybody I feel like everybody wants to see from Jalen, it only comes with games. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
of
Like
course.
the development of seeing different defenses, to seeing how to beat different defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff. Like he's seeing things on the fly too. You know, some of these games you might everybody be like, they ran the cover 3, but who's disguised in that cover 3?
Right.
Who's playing different roles in that cover 3 to make it different than just a normal. Not like they just lined up in the same base formations lined up the same way every single play. They're disguising stuff. They're doing stuff that he still has to learn how to develop to read those things as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just time. Like we can judge him all we want, but it comes down to time. Like
I just
we
feel
won't
like I
we
just
won't
feel
see that growth until he goes through through the fire.
I
Mhm.
feel like he got the arm strength. He just got to get better with his arm talent. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got arm strength. He can make any throw, but he
Mhm.
gotta, arm talent is a little
He got to
different.
time it better
Yeah,
too,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying. His arm talent got to be a little bit different. When you need to take a little bit off of it, when you need to put a little bit on it, when you need to
Yeah.
loft it, float it, beam
it's
it. You
touch.
gotta, you gotta work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta work on his arm talent a little bit. I mean, that can. I mean, you don't really gain arm strength, but
Yeah.
you can get better arm talent. You can be.
Mhm.
You see Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, when he first came in, he had one throw. It always was a loft. Everything was a loft. He wasn't beaming it at nobody or nothing. Now his arm talent is better. You see the rainbow throws he be making? The
Mhm.
ball look like it's about to touch the top of the ceiling, then it just
Yeah,
drop right in
man.
the receiver's
But
hand.
even
That's
but
arm
but
talent.
even by Russell Wilson, this guy got DK and Lockett, but there's still only 3 wins. You know what I'm saying? He's still throwing turnovers.
He missed a lot of games too, though. So it's like he missed a lot of games. He really just coming back off that broken middle finger on his throwing hand. So I mean, he turned the football over a lot.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes turned the football over a lot, but
Even Brady. The
Brady, yeah,
game we beat Brady, Jalen Hurts had better stats than Brady.
You see that comment? They need to get him out of shotgun. Ain't that what me and Trey was just saying? They need to run a more traditional offense, bro. Simple.
And that comes back
Simple.
to like new formations.
We've been saying Coach Nick Sirianni been making stuff a lot more difficult than what it has to be. Yo, like I don't know how more simpler I have to be to explain the fact a person really makes stuff way more complicated. If we on the 1 yard line, we first and goal. We need 1 yard. Why are we in shotgun?
why are we throwing the football?
Why
Why are
are
we
Period.
we
throwing the
throwing the
football? Is
football?
always my question.
Why
For
are we in
real.
shotgun? Why are we throwing the football? Line up on the center. Yo, if anybody ever walked anywhere before they got a car, any place they ever went, you want to know the fastest way to get there? It's the straight shot. Ain't no going around, none of that shit. It's
Right.
straight there. If you know how
Boom.
to get straight there and it's a
Mhm.
straight shot, that's the fastest way to get there. It's the same way when you run the ball. You want to get to the touchdown, it's literally right in front of you. It takes longer to go around. If you turn around and you just hand the ball off to Jordan Howard, who take whatever yards they give him, he gonna get it. He gonna get it. You got Miles Sanders, the playmaker. Turn around and hand the ball off. That's what I mean when I say he makes stuff more complicated. We'll sit there on first and goal in shotgun 3 straight plays.
Facts. And
Yeah.
I even like what he's saying right here, how even the shotgun, because that's one thing I've been thinking about too. Like 7-step drop, you're already there, in a 7-step
Hey, hey,
drop
hey,
progression
hey.
and shotgun. But sometimes you need to actually take those 7 steps to let the play develop. During those 7 steps, you don't know if the quarterback's handing the ball off. You don't know if the quarterback, what the
Right.
quarterback's about to do. You just see him back, going through his progression, going through his motions. When you're in shotgun, you're taking all that away. You know what I'm saying? So now
Yes.
he is sitting there, he's wide open. So pass. You know, you got
Even
one
great
second. If you didn't
teams,
hand the ball off in that 1 second, it's all pass. So
even
now your
even
defense is in that pass coverage. It makes those windows a lot smaller, a lot tighter. Don't worry about fitting the ball in. And like Chris said earlier, when I was in the thing, that these receivers are still young too. They're not running crisp routes out there. You know, none of them are really. You know, they're all still. Even Devontae has some work to do. He's only a I'm about to say freshman, but only a rookie too. You know what I'm saying? He's still working on his NFL game. So when you put all that together in a bunch, it makes the offense a lot more hard than what it really needs to
Right.
be.
So make it more simple. Just like great offenses like the Kansas City Chiefs. Even when they was lined up in shotgun, it was tight formation. When they was in first and goal, they was in tight formations. Even if Patrick Mahomes was in the shotgun, he was stupid close to the offensive line. And every time they scored, you know where they went? Straight up the middle. I don't give a fuck about no fancy screen pick off here and there with the wide receivers. They did all that stuff and still did what? Went straight up the middle. And that's coming from one of the greatest head coaches in the NFL, Andy Reid. He know if you want to get it, go straight up the middle. Just take it easy. Just take anything that's right there. They use little flashy stuff like guy going in motion all the way over here, and then low key he just flipping it to the back, and he gonna run straight up the middle. That's the type of stuff that we need to incorporate in our offense if we know we don't have all the skill players to make the big plays. We need to take what the defense is giving us, lean on our offensive line a whole lot more, and dominate. These guys are big dudes and they ball hard. If it's one favorite, if I have one favorite player that I know is gonna be here, my favorite player on this team besides Brandon Graham. That's my favorite guy that's still on this team. But besides him, I'm an energy guy. I love Jordan Mailata. That is a beast. That
And
is a
Landon.
beast. That is a beast. I watched him mic'd up, and my God, I was impressed. Like, the guy is huge. He ain't no bitch. He will take anybody down, bro. This guy, standing up for his guys. Dude, I'm watching him mic'd up. Somebody hit the running back kind of late. You hit him late. You hit him late. Matter of fact, he on the sideline. He on the sideline talking to a guy. He like, hey, I got him next. That's that type of energy I love. That right there with him having that, he is officially one of the leaders on our team. Believe it or not, Muzz follow him. He is a beast. He manhandling these guys. And then on top of that, after the game, when a person cur when they crying. You know what I'm saying? Crying out of frustration. I was like that when I was young. I used to play Pop Warner football, any sports, Madden. I didn't care. I hate to lose. I was the type of person where when I lose, man, don't look at me, don't say nothing to me. I might start crying, type shit. You know what I'm saying? When you young,
I was the same way, bro.
where my pops beating up on me on Madden and stuff, and I'm getting frustrated. You know what I'm saying? When you look here, you don't really know how to work Madden. Your pops just beating your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I was that type of player. So when I see Jordan Mailata putting that same passion, that same energy, like in the game, yo, I love it. That's a dominant guy, and mind you, that same energy, he getting it from the veterans up on that offensive line. So I know that same energy travels along that whole line with Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, a beast. This guy literally came out the game and went straight back in there. He is a beast. He's a beast. He don't come out the game. And the guy's reaching, not only is he reaching the second level, the guy's damn near down there with the fucking safety. What are you talking about? That is a beast. That is a Hall of Famer. Like, he is a
right now
beast,
too,
bro. Period.
with
Hall
Landon
of Famer.
running
So
behind
you got guys
Landon.
like Jordan Mailata, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, then you got Landon Dickerson, who from watching Mike Up, it seemed like Mailata and Dickerson like best friends. You know what I'm saying? So with them guys lined up on the offensive line, lean on them. This game, we need to lean on them. They ain't no weak people, bro. They dominate. Jordan Mailata, he wants to put these guys in the ground. Bro, if y'all, any viewers, if y'all have not watched Jordan Mailata mic'd up, go watch it. I'm telling you, you're going to watch this guy, big as day, going against God. I watched him looked like a straight running back. He ran through one of the linebackers. Like he put his shoulder in the guy and
I seen
hit
that
him.
when he flat backed him.
He hit him.
Yeah.
Oh, bruh.
You can't
I
teach
was,
that size, my guy. That's just something that's
bruh.
natural. Right now, running behind Landon Dickerson is getting our running backs 4.7 yards a carry. Running
damn.
behind Jordan Mailata is getting our running backs 5.7 yards per carry. These two guys need to stay together forever. We're best friends. You know what I'm saying? Did we just
Yeah.
become best friends? Yep.
You
You
know
know
what it
what I'm
remind
saying?
me of? It
Huh?
remind me of Landon, and it remind me of Lane Johnson and Brooks. When Brooks
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell
on the
That,
yeah.
right side, that's
when
what it
Brooks gets
remind me
back,
of.
that line's gonna be ridiculous.
Man, hell yeah. That's a perfect example.
And that's
Lane
true too.
Johnson,
That's another
Brandon
thing
Brooks.
too. Like I like what he said about that comment too. Throwing it, he has thrown with anticipation. When he got that first pick, it was throwing in participation. You know what I'm saying? Like if Quest doesn't get held and pulled back, Quest is right there for that catch. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't get the PI called, and that's why I say he gets some of the bad. He gets some of the bad with some of the good when it comes to Jalen his arm. You know what I'm saying? Like some of that stuff is Jalen's fault, but some of that stuff don't be his fault. And like I said, like with receivers still being young, coaching staff not calling exactly the best plays to get them in rhythm early in the games. There's a lot of things going about that one. But yeah, let's get into this though. Jalen Hurst. Let's start with the quarterback position, okay? Jalen Hurst. Let him ride, continue to develop, draft a new quarterback to put behind him, give him some pressure, you know what I'm saying? But as he still keep him here, or go get one of these free agent guys. What do you guys want to do with Jalen Hurst? We're gonna go through every position.
Honestly, so far, Jalen Hurts haven't done a lot that made me be like, okay, I need to go in the quarterback. He still got me in that either. I'm in that stage of like dating. You know what I'm saying? We still kind of dating. There's nothing official yet. You know what I'm saying? But I don't wanna do too much where basically I'm acting like I'm single because I do like this person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lose this person, so I'm still gonna, we gonna talk. But as far as like the future, I'm still in that. I'm still in that dating phase. We got a whole season for a reason. As of right now, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna stick with him because you brought up a great point. Through his first 15 games, he ranked up there with some of the top quarterbacks. So I can't ignore that. I can't ignore the fact that he is elite with his legs. I can't ignore the fact that when the game is on the line, he's a playmaker. I can't ignore none of that. So if I had to say right now, I'm at least giving him one more year. I'm at least getting him one more year, and I'm drafting a competent competition that can either possibly be a backup for Jalen Hurts, or possibly a starter. But if anything, he gonna be at least a solid backup, if anything. So just in case Jalen Hurts not the guy and the backup not the guy, then I at least know I already got a backup and I can just draft the starter. So like I said, I'm at least willing to give him another year as of right now.
Just letting him ride.
Yep, let him ride.
Okay. Trey?
I'm letting him ride too, but at the with me saying that, at the same time, we got to get some veteran. I feel like we got to get a veteran quarterback coach and maybe an offensive coordinator that can. I mean, even if we go and run this offense, they could really give Jalen a better perspective of it. Like, where to go with the football. Jared Goff had his best years with Sean McVay. Sean McVay stayed in his ears 15 seconds before the play started. So maybe we need to really get a kind of a system like that because Jalen, I feel like he's going to be a solid quarterback, but when he has to make big decisions, like not even big decisions, just decisions outside of him using his athleticism, he's not up there yet. He's not up to par with that part of his game yet. So
Right.
I feel like if we get a veteran in his ear, a dude that's going to get in his ass if he I mean he out there messing up, somebody that's really going to like challenge him.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like the coach from Florida really challenging him. He's friends with him. They basically friends. He kind of agrees with everything Jalen Hurts says. Don't really coach him too hard. Like we need like a Frank Wright, John D. Filippo with Wentz. We need like that. Two people that play quarterback, they know the position, and they're not going to be soft about it. They're going to be like, bro, you playing like trash right now. We got to get this right. I mean, they really chastising him. So I feel like Jalen, I feel like he's going to be good, man. We just got to get the right people around him that the right, like a Lincoln Riley. He went to Oklahoma and had the best season of his
And now
career.
he's a new USC coach. Shout out to
He
Lincoln
went to
Riley.
Oklahoma and
Join
had
the family.
he went to Oklahoma and scored 50 touchdowns in one season. So it's like all you need is that right guy around some of these dudes. I think we about to talk about the receivers and all that,
We're gonna
but
get into it.
yeah, I feel like we need to keep Jalen Hurts though. We need to keep him and put some dudes around him.
Hey,
And
one thing too.
Drew says right here, I'm down with that too. Keep them. We got Minshew in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I can also see getting us a more developed backup. If you think about the good backups get picked up by other teams, you know what I'm saying, to go try to play. They try to go to all these like where there's young quarterbacks, where they can have an opportunity to play again. So you're not really finding too many good backups out there. I think we should ride with Mitchum and just watch Jalen develop. Like I said, he's still young. Like he said, he's going to see the stuff. He's going to get better from where he's at. His plateau at where he's at now is definitely going to increase every game that he plays. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I love the fact that he can run the football. And he will get better at passing. But like we said, he does have nice passes. Like we can all make a 30 to hour long highlight reel of nothing but Jalen Hurts passing the ball since he started. You know what I'm saying? And that's straight up. You'll find every single pass in the league that could be made in there. You know what I'm saying? Anticipation, yes, he's working on all that stuff. We watched him develop even in the pocket the last couple of games. You see him slide around now. It's not a full sprint out of the pocket. Now it's like a slide step. Even on that one where he slide step, because Mylotta gave him that heat, he slide step and hit a nice ball over the middle to Rager. So he's developing in front of our eyes. We just got to keep letting him go. Like there's been no great quarterbacks that didn't have that development time. There's very few that come in awesome right off the jump. You know what I'm saying? And none of the greats of all time have been that way. You've seen a couple of one-hit wonders that way, but give Jalen his time. He earned it already to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we need to bring any more competition in here. I think Mitchell's a good backup. I don't want to see him play, but I think he's a good enough backup that if he had to miss a game, we can put Mitchell in. Use Jalen's, his salary to develop the rest of this team for the next 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of that, if Jalen's still the problem, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even see him as really being the problem right now. But I'm just saying, at the end of that, when we got a full team, our defense is stacked, our offense is stacked. You know what I'm saying? And he is that piece that's keeping us from winning that championship, kind of like the Bucks. He's that piece that's keeping us from winning the championship. Then you go get a veteran to come in here and win it for you. You know what I'm saying? But until then, enjoy having 3 first-round picks next year. Enjoy having all this extra money that we can have to sign free agents to this defense, to these holes that we see on our team. And, keep them and let's ride with them, man. It's her season, baby.
And one thing I wanted to say, too, that since we talking about keeping them or not, but one of the things, too, I know we talked about his legs, talked about how he could possibly get better passing the ball, how he needs to get better at passing the ball. But with all that said, and with him being a playmaker, those are all reasons why, I'm confident with him being, the starter next year. But one of the main things that we, all of us, forgot to mention that cannot be forgotten when trying to pick a franchise quarterback, when deciding whether a quarterback is our guy, and that's the intangibles. You cannot ignore the intangibles. This guy, Jalen Hurst, is a leader. We cannot ignore that.
Facts.
We cannot ignore the fact that he gets these guys to play.
People want to follow him.
People want to follow him. People want to run through brick walls for him. Joey Mylotta got his back. Anybody lay hit Jalen Hurts, I guarantee Mylotta is going after them for sure. And so, that's another reason I just wanted to bring up. His intangibles is unmatched. I have never seen a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles with as strong leadership skills as Jalen Hurts. Period.
Facts.
And
That,
then
that's a huge reason too. You know, because you might have some guy with talent.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz, for instance. Carson
Yeah.
wasn't a buddy guy with the rest of the players, so he lost
Mm-hmm.
some of the players, respect. Some people
Mm-hmm.
want him to go out, have a good time with him, but he's like, no, I have to go with you to Bible study. I go with you, something like that, But
Yeah.
I don't do the other things. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the guy in the locker room where everybody wants to gravitate towards you, play
Mm-hmm.
harder for you. We've seen it time and time again this season where we're down in a game, even if he is the reason why we're down for turnovers. But once he clicks that light switch and he starts making plays, everybody around him steps up their game. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that it factor, and Jalen Hurst definitely has it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to running backs, guys. What do you guys want to see happen with our running back position? Keep it the same. Let these guys develop together. Draft high. Bring a better back in their free agency.
See, I'm kind of iffy with Miles Sanders. Like I mentioned earlier, he hasn't been consistent as far as being healthy. I know he's gonna be looking for a contract extension, but who finna give him all that money when since his rookie year hasn't been able to be reliable being on the field? So he, like I said earlier, this game is a game. If we gonna lean on the run game, Miles Sanders got to step up. Miles Sanders has to show and prove why he is the number one your back. And so uh, uh, honestly, I think Miles Sanders should stay. I want to give him another year because hey, he had about 67 yards last game, and that was just off 9 carries. So it's like he always put up good numbers. He always put up good numbers, and I can't defute that. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give him another year. And honestly, I like all our running backs. I love Jordan Howard. That's my guy. Boston Scott, he gonna always run hard because he never know whether he gonna be on the team this year or next year. So he gonna always run his hardest. I didn't like the fact that he fumbled the ball, but I feel like this upcoming game, if anybody gonna be running even harder, it's Boston Scott. I feel like he run harder than Miles Sanders, in my opinion.
So you said keep these guys?
Yeah,
I
I'm
missed that
saying
part.
keep him. I'm saying keep him all.
Right.
Shit.
for me, I'm re-signing Jared Howard. I'm not gonna pay him no crazy money, but I'm re-signing him. Dude makes on some real ever since he stepped on the football field for us. This running game been dominant. So
Hmm.
I'm re-signing Jared Howard. I mean, with the Miles thing, you don't want to wait too late. So I might be re-signing him too. We got a young rookie in Gainwell. I think Boston might be the odd man out this year. But if he put that work in, he'll get himself in a better situation with another team. So I'm re-signing Jared Howard, Miles, and Gainwell will be my three. I'll rotate them three right there. Um,
Hmm.
I love Boston Scott, but it might be his time to go. It might be his time to go. I mean, he really is a power back, a small power back.
Small power back.
Yeah,
Mighty Mouse in the building.
yeah, small
Yeah.
power back. We could get. I don't know because Jared Howard do get a lot of injuries, so maybe we could bring another young back in the draft that really could give you that power production. But as of now, I'm re-signing Jordan, re-signing Miles, and I'm Kenny gonna be my three.
Just leave the backfield the way it is.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
All right. And I'm agree
Shit,
with you
we
guys too.
averaging the last few games. Matter of fact, last game, just in the third quarter alone, we rushed for 100 yards. I don't see no problem with our rushing game. So, you asked us, uh, will we release or keep? We got to keep everybody. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go with you guys too. We keeping all these backs. Because like as much as I love Miles Sanders and know that he will become that top back we want to see him become, it only get easier if you got a guy like Jordan Howard, wearing them out, pounding on them, pound on them. We've seen it. Howard more carries,
Mm-hmm.
Sanders more yards. You know what I'm saying? Howard's more
Mm-hmm.
carries. You know how that works out because Howard's pounding on them 10, 15 yards a pop. Now they're all beat up. Sanders faster, quicker, more
Mm-hmm.
explosive. Boom, he's hitting something big. So it's like I think definitely
You
keep
gotta
those
keep
two,
that.
and obviously Gainwell too. And I wouldn't mind seeing Gainwell play a little bit more in the slot. You know what I'm saying, or even motion out of the backfield to the slot and let him do his pass thing because Gainwell had 1,000 yards receiving and rushing. When he's at Memphis, he lined up all over the place, and I do think we need to use him a lot more in that situation. Line him up in the slot, but do jet sweeps with him. You know what I'm saying? Do other things to get the young guy the ball a little bit more, and I think that'll definitely help out our rushing attack. Like I said, keep these guys. They're all young still. If Jordan Howard gets hurt, like you said, you still got Boston Scott, you still got Gainwell to get the ball to, and as long as Miles Sanders stays healthy, these are formidable guys. That's a formidable backfield that you can have going for a while. All the way through the contract, everybody's contract, and they can grow together and become something really special. Especially with Jalen Hurts, I do want to still see Jalen run the ball too, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's a dual threat. You can't call him a dual threat and expect him to just be a pocket passer. You gotta let him be that dual threat, and that means put it on the ground too. I like seeing Jalen run. When you seen that run last week, they got called back. You're like, oh, he did it again. You know what I'm saying? Look at that smoothness, that a smooth operator. Oh, juke, I like it. I love seeing my guy do his thing when he got the ball in his hands. So yeah, for the running backs, we're keeping that the same. So now let's go to the tight ends. Do you guys think we need to keep these young guys? Jack Stoll, Dallas Goddard, Tyree Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Keep these guys, let them develop together. Draft another tight end and throw in the mix to see if we can change some things up, or go get a veteran.
Well, Dallas Goddard not going nowhere. Tyree Jackson and Jack Starr.
He said drop Miles. Oh, he said drop Miles and get Saquon. They complaining
I'd
about
rather
Miles
get
getting
Saquon
injured.
and
You
keep
think we gonna
Miles.
want Saquon Barkley?
Hell no.
Could you imagine if you had both of them in your
He
backfield
danced
together?
more than Miles Sanders.
It ain't even a dancing. He get injured a lot.
Yeah.
We cry about Miles Sanders getting injured. Saquon Barkley always injured.
I'm keeping Dallas Goddard, and I'm keeping Tyree Jackson for development, because when I did see Jackson play, he make plays, big plays. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that can get yards after the catch. And so as far as Star go, might trade him or shit, release him in my opinion.
He's a rookie. He's blocking good. He's made some catches too.
Yeah.
He's more productive than Tyree Jackson right now. I'll tell you that much. I know Tyree's only been back for 2-3 games, but even those 2-3 games, Jack is still getting open, making catches.
He played fullback in our heavy packages. He be blocking his butt off.
No,
I'll keep him as like that Brett Selleck role.
Yep.
Tyree Jackson. He a little puzzling to me, man. It's like, remember the whole offseason and stuff? We get him in the offense. He's gonna be dynamic. And then I don't even think we threw him the football at all yet. We didn't throw him the football. We didn't try to get the football in his hands yet. So, I feel like he can probably be a valuable tight end to us, but we just haven't seen it yet. We got to see a little bit more from him. I'm keeping Jack Stoll. I'm keeping him because the production that y'all think he's going to have is not going to match what he does for you on the field. It's like, he's a great blocker. He's a great blocker, and he's a rookie. You don't really get too many tight ends that's good blockers in a rookie year. So I need that. And if he could catch a few passes, like 40 catches a year or something like that, in that 40 to 30 range, I'm cool with that for my second tight end. Dallas Goddard is the number one. His hands got to get a little bit more consistent, but we know his explosiveness, the power, and his playmaking. He just got to catch the football a little bit better. So as of right now, and moving forward, I'm keeping all three of those guys. I'll keep all three of those guys, try to develop them over the off season, and maybe they'll be a little bit more productive as the years go on. But as of right now, I'm keeping all three of them.
Nice. Yeah. I'm on board right now. I don't know too many tight ends out there that we need to get to add in with Goddard there. To be honest, I'm still waiting. I'm praying. Like you said, we use Jack Stoll as your blocking tight end / fullback, and I'm praying to start seeing the duel of, Tyree Jackson and Goddard. That could be a whole new Gronk and freaking Hernandez type situation. You
For
know,
real though.
what I heard from Chris today, because he is the beat writer for the Eagles, he was saying that Tyree just needs to work on his blocking and his route running. That's what's keeping him out there. It's like more of those things where it's like you got to earn your catches. You know how coaches say that, earn your catches. You're a young guy. Don't think just because you got some talent, you're going to just come in here. He was a quarterback turned tight end. You're not just going to come in here and get these all the good looks. Earn your catches. And right now, he's not doing that great in terms of blocking and route running. But it's only because it's a new position for him. He's still young. He's basically a rookie. It's going to take a little bit of time. But I cannot wait to see that flower, sprout there because, man, those will be two nice guys to have as your tight ends. You know what I'm saying? That dude's huge. What is he, like 6'7",
Yeah.
260 pounds, red
Mm-hmm.
zone target all day. You know what I'm saying? All day. You see what happened when you got some tall receivers, like when we played San Diego. You know what I'm saying? All them big boys they had over there. It's easier to make completions when you got guys taller than the cornerbacks and linebackers. It's easier. And the guys 6'7", they're not too. I don't think there's a 6'7" cornerback, safety, or linebacker out there playing today. You know what I'm saying? So that's easy money and that's easy scoring touchdowns. So I'm definitely agreeing with you guys. Let these guys develop together. Let them build chemistry as being, the tight end group, and we'll move on from there. Now, I think this one we're gonna start hearing some different answers. Because we went all development from the quarterback, running back, and tight ends. But what about the receivers? What are you guys thinking about that? What are we doing? Are we keeping these guys because they're still young? They're all three still young, hands down. They're all three were drafted last year or this year. Let these guys grow a little bit more together and hope that they can become that tandem that we want to see them become. Or are you adding a veteran and free agency to, a sure thing, a guy that knows the ropes, how to get open, how to, execute plays in certain situations versus any coverage? Or are you going to go get a top flight receiver out of the draft next year?
I've seen enough of Jalen Rager, honestly. So he can go. We can release him after the end of the season, and we can. I think we should swap him out with a veteran wide receiver, something to complement Devontae Smith for sure. And I keep Quez Watkins. This is his really like his first year being one of the primary skill position players. And so I feel like with Quez Watkins learning the routes more, being more crisp, I feel like him teamed up with Devontae Smith, I feel like he can only get better. And with that being said, I'm releasing Jalen Rager. I'm keeping Quez Watkins, of course, Devontae Smith, and I'm adding a competent veteran wide receiver. And I might just keep Greg Wood just cause.
For me, like you said, Smith, Quez, Stan, Rigger. I'm not as down on Rigger as people are, man. It's like I feel like he can be playing better, but it's like
What is it? He just don't know how to play football?
nah, it's not that he don't know how to play football. It's just he gotta get more. I feel like if he plays with more urgency, he'll be better. Because Rager, he is an explosive player. We seen him on that punt return on when we play Green Bay. He can be explosive, man. He just
Yeah.
gotta get out of his own way. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
in his head at this point. Um, but I wouldn't be opposed to getting rid of a Rager, bringing in an Allen Robinson, one of those dudes. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
We will have the money.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Devontae over here, Allen Robinson, Quez out the slot. That'd be nice. That'd be a good tandem
Yes.
right there. JJ, I'm keeping JJ. I'm
Mm-hmm.
keeping JJ just based off the fact. Now, look, we know he's not going to be a dominant receiver, but he gives you a lot more than just catching the football. He can block like hell. I mean,
Special teams.
yeah. You can tell the players love him. It's like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's a probably a good dude in the locker room to have around and stuff like that. So he could be your fifth
And he
wide.
worked. I don't never have I never have a problem with people that work. Everybody not everybody not the best at everything, but in general, me as a person, period, I always appreciate when a person just try their best. When a person is just working hard, I respect that shit. Simple, and so I
And JJ actually looks better in his run
I
heavy offense.
respect JJ.
It looks like that suits
He
him a lot
worked.
more.
He worked consistently. He might not be the best, but he realized that, and he became one of the best wide receiver blockers on the team. You know what I mean? He one person that worked and not gonna look down upon his position because they using me as a primary backer, blocker. Now somebody like Jalen Rager say oh man, you know what? We're gonna use you a little bit more in the blocking. He the type of person that's not gonna take pride in his position and steady work and steady try to get better. That's why he gotta go. He like his effort is not consistent enough with me, and he just don't seem interested, bro. Like
You don't.
I tell you, I'm the guy. I bro, a person could do me wrong. I'm the type of person where I'd be like, man, I try to give a person the benefit of the doubt. Like, why would they? What could make a person possibly do this? I give people the benefit of the doubt. And I was pulling for Jalen Rager. I give him, man, look, he a rookie. I'm making this. He a rookie. He was injured last season. Going into training camp. I'm making all these excuses, and still, I made a video before the season talking about my top 10 most important Eagles going into the season, and I had Jalen Rager as number 10. I was not bashing him. I wasn't trying. I didn't think he was trash, but when you start showing me trash, then I have to say you trash.
It's
Period.
mental, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think he's trash. I just think it's mental.
I think
You
it's
know what
more.
I'm saying? It's a mental thing. It's kind of like one of them things.
Yeah, I think he better than Nelson Aguilar.
Mm-hmm. I like Nelly because he's from USC.
It's too early to tell.
I'm biased on that one.
Nelson Aguilar had 2 bad seasons. His first 2 seasons was bad as well, and then his 3rd year he broke out. So,
but Nelson's another one where it was mental first.
Yeah.
With Nelson's game, after he got over that mental state, you see what he did in Oakland. He had over 1,000 yards there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he did his thing. It's a mental, like that's what people got to realize, especially with our team. I feel like our team's been mentally broken down from coaches and the way they coach since last year. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like it's coaching with Jalen Rager. It's more ego with him. It's like, all right, y'all bored.
For him, it's self-inflicted because he could have a better mind frame. He just made plays. You won't hear so much talk, but he's listening to talk, trying to prove them right. That I think is in his head to the point where he tries too hard and he ends up messing up even more. Like one of the things where it's like Miles Sanders, how we say he don't get enough carries, but when he starts getting the carries, you might see a fumble here or a miscatch there because he's used to not getting the carries. So he's like sitting there trying too hard, and he overcompensates. And it's a mental thing.
I think it's more Rager used to being the man wherever he was at. TCU, he was the man. High school, he probably was the man. Pop Warner, he probably was the man. Now you get up here with these dogs, that's people that's on your level, and you got to work a little bit harder. It's different now.
Hey, everybody in the comments, if you think Jalen Rager should stay, let us know. If you think he should go, let us know. Because, hey, look, Jalen Rager sucks to me. I need to know what the people think. I think I've seen a few people.
I want to hear what the people say about that. Do y'all think we need to draft another receiver, sign a free agent receiver, or let these guys develop together?
Yes, let us know, man, because it's real iffy right now, for real. Because honestly,
with Jalen Rager, mind you, he's used to being the man. Every level of football he played, he get hit. Didn't have a good rookie season. All right, I'm coming back next year for a vengeance. We draft Devontae Smith.
Ooh,
now you got dudes on your team that's better than you.
Now you said that.
You got to work a little bit harder.
Oh, he knew that when Devontae Smith was drafted.
He don't like the working. He don't like the working part of it. That's what it is. He used to just being more athletic, more physical than everybody.
Everything
you can tell in his demeanor. It's like, bro, you can't with that mindset.
The Carson Wentz effect.
At this point, we need to just sit his ass on the bench for a while.
The Carson Wentz effect.
Think about it.
Hey, we did that for Nelson Aguilar after he had a terrible game. We
We sat
set
him
him
on
down
bench,
for a
yeah.
bench. When the guy literally has the ball, hit him square in the hands to the point it hit you in the head, boy. Like it hit the
Ball.
dude in the, it hit him in his head. It hit him. Yo, every time I see that play, I get pissed off. Every time I think about it, I get pissed off because I'm just thinking like, bro, you just know it's frustrating trying to make sense out of something that don't make sense. And a wide receiver drafted in the first round of the pedigree, like Jalen Rager, ball goes to you twice and it hit you in the head. You gotta sit on the bench. Simple as that.
But
If
like Trey
Nelson
just said
Aguilar,
too, but I think he actually has a more valid than what Carson did. Remember, you know how people say Carson did that when Jalen Hurst got drafted, right? Well, Rager, like you said, a whole nother first round pick was drafted after you get drafted. There's not very many first round pick receivers, that the very next year they draft another receiver in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm,
that probably messed them up a lot. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's that effect. Like, wow, really? You can go out and do that. I thought I was supposed to be the guy.
Right.
Really? But if you don't produce on the field, man, you know, I'm even not even opposed to drafting another first round pick, to be honest.
Shit, I'm
Like,
not.
let me tell you. Okay, so you guys both said, what do you guys say? I know D Gifted said get a veteran receiver and let these guys go. What'd you say, Trey Rock?
I'm keeping Devontae Quest. I'm keeping. I'll probably go out and get a veteran to replace Rigger. Um, it's hard with JJ, man. I would like to keep JJ, but I mean, if you could find a million veteran wide receivers and stuff like that, that's better than JJ. I think of Whiteside, so he's definitely replaceable. I'm working more on getting John Hightower to where he need to be because he's a good
yes.
receiver. He's a good receiver, man. He's always open. He's always open. Even when he played with Carson, he was always open. He had a little bit of issues with drops, but that could get worked on. But I mean, you can't beat separate. It's hard to get separation in this league, and dude was getting separation on a daily basis. So I'm trying to work with John Hightower. If not, if we can't get him where he need to be, I'm going out and get another veteran receiver, or I'm drafting another receiver. But I know for a fact Quez and Devontae Smith a lot. Everybody else under that is pick and choose after that.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm gonna be the guy. I guess I'll be the oddball on this one because I want to keep these guys and draft another
Everybody,
number one receiver. I don't want to
you
do it
said
again. One more
everybody.
time. I feel like you got to keep going to the well because no matter what, like we say right now, the only dependable receiver that Jalen Hurst has, and he is still developing, is Devontae Smith. That's not
Mhm.
fair when you try to compare him up against all these great quarterbacks that have 2 and 3 good receivers on their roster that go get the ball, that are go getter receivers. Like I feel like that is one thing that our receivers. Well, Quez got it a little. He just doesn't get enough targets. But the rest of these
Mhm.
guys aren't go getters. They're not that guy when the ball is in the area. They make sure that it's their ball and their ball only, and they go get that ball. So I think go ahead and go into the first round next pick. And now I know you guys. I am a USC fan, so don't think that this is some bias thing. It's just Drake London is one of the best receivers coming out of the draft
I
this year.
like Drake London.
And he's a big body receiver, which is a true X, which we need a true X. Go get yourself Drake London, pair him up with Devontae Smith, put Quez in the slot, and then let Rager do gadget plays. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a nice young receiving core that's gonna be handling some business. Cause Drake like to go get that ball. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he down. He's
I
a
like
down
it.
receiver, and I think
To
we
be
need to
that.
get one of those guys.
He got speed to be that big too. I like Drake London.
Yeah. Drake's a beast. And I think that will solve your receiver problem because these young guys that we worried about developing, they'll be a year more into advance. So once this offseason come back, we've seen a jump that Quez made from rookie year to this year. Quez made a huge jump. He was not running routes like that. He didn't seem as fast. You know what I'm saying? He didn't none of that. Nothing that we are hoping to that's why all of us want to see Quez get the ball more, is because we see his development in that first year jump. Now we haven't seen it from the Rager, but like you said, like he's gonna have to get over that point of whoa, you drafted more people, you bringing more talent. He just gotta realize that he has to do whatever it is to make Rager stand out. Make your plays. Guess what, my guy? You catch that one of those two balls, we're not on your ass as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you are continually having people have ammunition to shoot at you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You got to take all the ammunition away, my guy.
Wasn't he
Start
on
making
Twitter
some
beefing
plays.
with somebody talking about he
Simplify it
gonna
for
beat their ass or
yourself.
something?
You know, simplify it for yourself. And I think Rager plays better once he gets out of the funk. You know, just like Nelly did when he got out of his funk, he played better. We've seen a better Nelson Aguilar. And then even when he left Philadelphia as a whole, you've seen a better Nelson Aguilar. So, you
Facts.
know, I'm keeping these guys, and I'm drafting one more first round receiver to add to the bunch. So now you got 3 first round receivers. There's no excuses why the pass game shouldn't be on lock. Let's go to offensive line now, guys. And now this is another one I feel like we're going to be having some different opinions in. Go ahead, D. Get there. What do you think we should do with this offensive line? You know, you got guys like Kels who might retire at the end of the year. Lane Johnson, as long as his ankle is healthy, he is a great, best right tackle in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You got Landon Dickerson. Now you see that we run the ball. He is a road grader. He will continue to grow, get better. One of the best rookie linemen coming out. Myalata the beast, you know, as he learns, his size alone makes him dominant. His speed
Mm-hmm.
and athleticism makes him dominant, period. There's nothing you can do to change that. Even if his, you know, IQ went down. That
Mm-hmm.
size and physicality you cannot teach. That's just something God given. And then, you know, Brandon Brooks is definitely got to get out of here because he's been 3 years in a row missing more than half of our games. So, what do you think we should do with that? Should we just go into the draft next
Mm-hmm.
year, add another piece, you know, another top first round pick lineman to the mix, and you know, keep Brandon or whatever, and just see how it is, work him into the system, or should we get a free agent lineman? You know, just to guarantee that you got a guy with experience that can slide right into there? Or should we let these young guys like the Herberts, the Jack Driscolls, just replace them whenever they need to be replaced?
I think Brandon Brooks, as inconsistent as he has been, um, I get him on another friendly contract just because when he is healthy, he is dominant. You brought up a great point earlier with Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks being a great duo. So, you know, as great as that duo is, you know, I'm not ready to give up on that. I take if Brandon Brooks only healthy only 5 or 6 games, you know, out of the season, I take those 5 6 games alongside with him being next to Lane Johnson, and so I take that. But in the draft, I would definitely I would definitely draft some depth because our offensive line is kind of getting up there in age, and we already know injuries are 100% part of the game. And so, with that being said, it's we always gotta have depth on the offensive line. If it's one thing that always be consistent with us, is being able to evaluate offensive line talent. And so, I believe we need to grab depth. We have a great coach what the fuck is our offensive line coach name? Damn, I just forgot. Um, what the fuck? I forgot. I forgot
Dowlin?
our offensive line coach. Yeah, Coach Stout. Coach Stout. And so he can develop talent. He developed Jordan Mailata, who never played football. Everybody that he get his hands on, they become elite. Our whole offensive line is elite. We're rushing 200 plus yards a game since we dedicated ourselves to the run game. He is one of the main reasons why our team is successful. So anybody we draft, I guarantee Stout can definitely get these guys to be stout for sure. So I would keep everybody.
I'm not.
Okay.
For me, I'm gonna just go down the line there. I'm keeping Jordan, keeping Landon. We're gonna have to draft the center. Either draft the center or we're gonna have to move Sam Malu to center once he gets back. Um, Brandon Brooks. It's time for Brandon Brooks to go. It's like it's either time for him to go or he gonna have to take a back seat and just probably be a rotational guard or something like that because the dude can't handle physical contact at this point. It's been 4 years straight where he had major injuries, bicep, Achilles, ACL, another bicep. It's like, bro, it's at this point your body breaking down on you. So it's like, man, you either gonna come back on a limited role or you got roll. Lane Johnson, I'm a little iffy on Lane right now because he's still playing at a high level, but Lane been getting his ass kicked by a lot of injuries too over the years.
Yeah.
So if it's me, I'm drafting a left tackle to sit behind Lane and to eventually take his spot. I mean, so that whole side over there, my left guard, my left tackle, left guard, keeping them. They solid. They gonna be solid for years to come if dudes can stay healthy. We need a new center. We don't never know when Kelsey gonna retire. So I'm either sliding Isaac Seumalo there or I'm drafting the center to sit behind Kelsey if he does decide to come back next year. Guard is a little harder. It's a little hard, man. So right guard is a little hard. I'm not keeping Brooks. I feel like Herbig does a solid job there. He does a solid job at guard. And left tackle, I'm keeping Lane, but I'm drafting another left tackle to learn behind him. I mean right tackle, my fault. Right tackle to sit behind him.
Okay. So you drafting. What'd you say again? Do you get to you're keeping?
Yeah, I'm keeping everybody for the most part, but I am drafting offensive lineman just for depth for sure.
Okay.
I can't be mad at the offensive line or look at them like they've been doing a bad job considering how effective our run game been.
So I guess I'm in the same boat because I'm keeping these guys we do got. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys. Like I really think that Driscoll and Herbert is our next right guard, right tackle pairing. You know, and when we see them play together earlier in the season, they played well together. You know what I'm saying? I always thought Driscoll was playing out of position when he played guard. Herbert should have been there in the first place. You know, and I seen someone say too, Amala when he gets back, we're not moving Landon back to center. I think that'd be dumb. Let the guys continue to chill out over there with Myalata. The chemistry that these guys got together is ridiculous already, and that's only going to grow with time when they're both young enough to just let them ride it out. They can be the best left side of the NFL for years to come, you know? And the Kelsey's might leave. He might decide to stay one more year. You never know. But if he does leave, Sam Mala, man, he is a good football player. Go ahead. That's what we even drafted Sam Mala to be is Kelsey's replacement. He was the best lineman, in terms of guard. So we moved him to guard until Kelsey was done. So let him go ahead and take over that role and be your center. So then you got Mylotta, Landon, Sam Malu, Herbert, and Driscoll moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of do we need to draft, I'm talking about when I say draft, it's like yes, I'm not talking about like 4th, 5th, 6th round, 7th round linemen. You know what I'm saying, to help bring in just for depth. That's cool if you do that because I think every team should just do that in general, just to keep your line, growing. But I'm talking about draft. When I draft, I'm talking about the top 2 to 3 rounds, like a marquee player. And I say, not we don't draft one, and we don't pick one up. We let these guys ride it out. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, we do need to get rid of Brooks. That's gonna be a tricky situation with his contract, but we need to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Brooks on our team again because that just gets you all, excited. Like, yeah, look at our line, and all of a sudden he's out for the whole season except for 4 games, and you're like, wow, really? So let these guys grow. If we gotta get rid of Brooks, and let Herbert step in there and play some full-time football. You know what I'm saying? Like let him go through his slumps. He's been developing as the years go on. And I think together that line right there, when you got because Lane still got a couple more years, I think. So we're gonna probably keep Lane anyway. So if you look at it, the line being Mylotta, Landon, Isaac Seumalo, Herbert, and then Lane Johnson with Driscoll being your swing tackle. If anybody gets hurt, I can rock with that. I think that'd be a good lineup, and I think they can grow. And then whenever Lane does leave, you just slide in Jack Driscoll and keep it rocking. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Stay. I'm gonna go with Stay. Keep him solid, and let him keep rocking. Let's go to that defensive line.
Mm.
What y'all doing with the defensive line? Because we only really got young ends, but there's a lot of things I feel like we can do. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and talk about it first.
Well, I think as far as the defensive line goes, I think Josh Sweat just got his contract extension. Barnett, as much as a lot of people hate on Barnett, I always see his effort. His effort is consistent. With he always getting that to the quarterback, whether it's late or not. And these past few games has probably been some of his best games. Without him causing penalties. And so as far as the ends go, I'm keeping the ends. Um, or if I do get rid of Barnett, I probably trade him. Um, as far as Fletcher Cox go, I don't know how much he got left in the tank. I know we need to draft probably D tackle or something. We need to because our defensive pressure has not been getting to the quarterback. I watched Daniel Jones literally sit back there and be clean down there all game. We're not getting no pressure besides Javon Hargrave. So I know that has to be fixed. We got to get somebody else lined up across Javon Hargrave or something. Or maybe it's the scheme. I don't know. All I know is our defensive line is not getting to the quarterback as much as we have been used to these past few years. So yeah, Milton Williams, he still got some growing to do. He don't scare nobody though. So I think I don't know. I think I'm drafting the defensive tackle for sure, especially in the first 3 rounds for sure.
For me,
Trey,
I'm that's hard, man. Uh, Brandon Graham coming back. He's gonna be a good rotational guy.
hey, look
So
at you.
I'm keeping the Josh Sweat. I would love to keep Barnett, but it's like at what price tag? Because Barnett is like on a 1 year deal right now, so he's gonna want to get paid after this season. I mean, if you could find a shooter out there that's gonna pay him, let him walk. But if he could come back for like a nice little friendly deal, I'll take him back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Milton Williams, Fletch, Hargraves gonna be here. I feel like Fletch, I don't know, is up in the air with Fletch this year. It's like, I mean, the contract tell us he's gonna be here, but
Mm-hmm.
who knows how the relationship is in the front office? So,
Right.
I mean, Fletch might not be here. I would want him here. I mean, even if he's not gonna play a heavy role, we draft some D tackles. I mean, get some dudes in there that could bring that energy. Fletch, mainly a third down rusher or something like that. I mean, because he's a little older. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping our whole defensive line, but I'm definitely drafting guys. I'm drafting some good guys, and the way it's setting up right now, we're not going to get that what's his name from Oregon. I can't never pronounce his name.
Thibodeaux.
We're not gonna get a Thibodeaux. We're not gonna get a Hutchinson. Them dudes going high. Right now, our highest pick is ninth right now. They will not fall to the ninth pick.
And
Mm-hmm.
Um,
the run on quarterbacks, maybe.
yeah, unless, but
I don't even think 9. The
yeah,
running quarterbacks probably stop at 6.
I can't even really see a run on quarterbacks. There's not too many quarterbacks that's first round worthy right now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you want to throw the Pitt dude in there, if you want to throw Corral in there, you want to throw the dude from Ohio State in there, probably. That's 3 solid ones right there. But other than that, it looked like a lot of these dudes just college quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the dude from Liberty, you want to throw him in there, that's 4 right there. But I feel like the pass rushers are going to go early. They might just be 1 and 2. Might
Mm-hmm.
just be 1 and 2. So I mean, it's more talent under them. Like there's a lot of pass rusher talent in the draft this year, but I feel like those two are the top 2 dogs. So if you can't get one of them, I would not try to reach. I would
Mm-hmm.
not reach for a guy that's not supposed to be there. And you know that's Howie Roseman's specialty,
Yeah.
Right.
reaching.
Mm.
So I mean,
Appreciate it.
so I feel like our D line is solid, man. I feel like the scheme got to change up a little bit more to where they actually rushing the passer. They're not reading and reacting. We get back to that kind of Jim Schwartz type defense because Jim Schwartz just let them dudes run free. He just let them run free. Go rush the passer. You stop the run. I mean, while you getting to the quarterback. I mean, this joint is a little bit different. So if we could change the scheme up a little bit, I'm keeping all these defensive linemen.
Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let me see. I'm gonna say it's kind of like really D all above. 'Cause I feel like if there is a top flight defensive tackle out there, grab him. Like Drew said, Fletcher's contract, keep them locked in unless we can get a trade partner that want to take on that contract or compensate us with a higher draft pick to get him. He's stuck on the team,
Mm-hmm.
whether his stats go up or not. So Hargrave's been playing good. What Hargrave got like 2 more years left?
Yeah.
So really, the only spot we really have to do is I want us to draft a DN. Like you said, if we can keep that ninth pick maybe a little lower, and Hutchinson slips to that ninth pick, go ahead and scoop him up. And get a free agent DN and I'm saying a veteran DN too that we know going to put up some stats. Now I'm not talking about another freaking Kerrigan that's at the end of his career. I'm talking about there's a nice young solid DN out there in free agency. Go pay him some money. Put a lot of it in a signing bonus. Get him on the squad. Even if you have to start him out a year or two contract, 2-3 year contract, to make him earn it. But and I want, like I said, so draft one and sign one because we need some good DNs. You see what happened when BG went down. He's only gotten like another year with us anyway. They probably let him come back because he got hurt. But after that, I don't see BG being a long-term solution either. So, I want to do a little bit of all when it comes to that defensive line, to
Right.
help it become more dominant.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with touching it up.
Yeah. Linebackers, guys. What do you think? We got a lot of young linebackers on the squad. What are you guys doing with our linebacker squad?
I feel like the linebackers been making a lot of improvement. We all know what the fuck is the middle linebacker name? Edwards. His last name Edwards.
TJ Edwards.
Yeah, TJ Edwards, a beast, man. I love his playing style. He's a physical guy, and the guy just wrap up. The guy just wrap up. He just like I'm
He's a
gonna go.
solid tackler,
Yeah,
bro.
he's a solid tackler. He just wrap up. When he get his hands on you, he boom, go down to the ground. Like that's it. That's it. And that's how I like my running backs. I mean my linebackers. And for the other guy, Taylor,
Davion Taylor?
yeah, Davion Taylor. He injury prone. I believe he had to have surgery or something like that. So
That's his only problem for real. Davion would
yeah,
be so much better by now.
too
So more
much of a
farther. If
problem.
he
So
don't
I'm drafting the middle. I'm drafting another linebacker. If you can't be on the field, I ain't even get a chance to see him even perform because before he can even perform, he getting hurt. So with a player like that, you probably only get probably like 2, 3, 4, probably 2 full seasons out of that person max out of their whole career. He already been showing that he injury prone. So I gotta draft I gotta draft the linebacker. That's probably one of the weakest spots on the team, especially before Edwards starts showing himself, So I'm definitely getting a linebacker. If we can get 2 solid linebackers, yo, that would mean huge for our defense considering our corners are good, and I know we're gonna get to them next.
I'm definitely bringing another linebacker in. I'm keeping TJ Edwards. I'm keeping Sean Bradley. I'm keeping both of those dudes. Davion Teller, I'm keeping him too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping all three of those. But I'm bringing another solid linebacker and solid young linebacker, sideline linebacker that can cover. I'm trying to grab one in the draft. Or we could go the other route and go get like a guy that's a veteran, but he's not old. And he knows the game. He knows the NFL game. He played a lot of football in the NFL. I'm getting one of those guys to bring in, but we definitely need another dude to appear next to TJ Edwards. Davion Teller, he's a good talent, but he can't stay healthy. Alex
fact.
Singleton too small to really play the linebacker position. Alex Singleton should be a special teamer for real. I mean, I mean, he could come in. He could be like a pass rushing specialist. He could come in and be the blitzing linebacker. But when it comes to all the other jobs of playing a linebacker, he can't really fulfill those because he's not a good coverer. He misses a lot of tackles. I mean, sometimes he finds himself in wrong positions a lot. I mean, often. So I mean, we need to bring a guy in, man. We thought it was gonna be Eric Wilson, but that wasn't the case. Now we got to go searching. How we got to dig in this bag of tricks and bring another linebacker in to pair with T.J. Edwards. But I feel like we're more solid at linebacker than people think we are. It's just, I mean, it would never hurt to just add another great talent.
Facts. So let me get it right again. You said draft. You said draft 2. One Trey.
Yeah.
Draft.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I like our young guys. Like you said, Davion needs to get this injury bug off of him before it becomes a hazardous situation for his career. But I'm saying we need to go in free agency and sign the very best linebacker available. Like on day one, we get that list, and you're like, oh, this guy might cost an arm and a leg to grab him. But whoever that top number 1 linebacker is, grab him fast and insert him into the lineup, period. Just do it. Do something you don't ever do because we don't do it. We always wait for that second tier linebacker or we draft that 3rd or 4th round linebacker. Go get a top dog beast, leader of men on that defensive side of the ball to anchor this linebacking core. The rest of these guys are good. They're good 2nd and 3rd pieces for linebackers.
Yeah.
So I want us to go in free agency, grab that number 1 linebacker. And hell, if you got a guy that falls to you at your draft pick, like from Georgia, Dean, something like that, go grab him too. Solidify it. Make it not a problem anymore because the type of defense that JG likes to run, you need 2 stud linebackers to run it successfully. You know what I'm saying? These guys got to stop that run game and be able to cover, have athleticism and physicality. So that's what I really want. I'm going free agency. I'm going all out on whoever's top free agent linebacker. Now, if there is no good free agent linebackers, then I'm drafting using my draft picks. Even if I got to move up to go get a guy, I'm getting one of these top 3 linebackers in the draft this year for sure. You can't wait no more. That time is over. And I really think all we need is 1 stud. We got 1 stud. Let Edwards and Singleton be your other 2 linebackers coming in, rotating in. But if you can get more than 1, awesome. But we definitely need to change that up. So next we'll go to cornerbacks. You got Darius Slay, getting a little old, but having his best season so far in a couple of seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Looking at all pro Darius Slay and Pro Bowl and possibly all pro Darius Slay. Maddox, slot cornerback, looking great. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing. I think he done earn, at least a couple of votes to be in the Pro Bowl. His credibility, since it is a fan type thing, might not get him to the Pro Bowl, but I think he should be there.
And he wanted the leading tacklers at the corner position.
Yeah. So, and then you got Steven Nelson, 1 year. Are we letting him walk? Are we letting him stay? He hasn't impressed me enough to deserve a big contract from me. Maybe another 1 year contract to prove a deal.
I'm signing Nelson for.
But I don't know. What do you guys think we should do at that cornerback spot?
Yeah, I think Nelson deserves at least a 2-year contract extension. He's been solid for the most part. This been the most solid our corners been in a while. Darius Slay paired up with Nelson. And it has been working out tremendously. We haven't been seeing a whole bunch of deep balls or being like, damn, Nelson sucked. You know what I'm saying? Compared to last year when we were, man, I say hella cornerback.
We was fried rice last year.
Yeah, man. So it's like compared to all the big plays that was happening on us last year, this looks way better. I'm like, damn. Nelson has been playing beautiful. Sometimes he let the guy catch the ball, but one thing about Nelson, he tackles the guy as soon as they catch the ball, you know. So you can't be mad at that. He do his job, and you got to keep in mind too the type of scheme that he is being asked to play. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes them short yards is allowed. You know what I mean? He just not supposed to let a guy go above his head. So you know, I think Nelson has been solid. Y'all know how I feel about Avonte Maddox. I love a guy that always shows his effort. His effort has been on display this whole season. This whole season, his effort has been on display. And then you know it's been on display when the team addresses it and gives the guy a contract extension. You know, right after his roommate get his. So he's been balling. And then big play Slay, you said it yourself, having a Pro Bowl season. This has been the most solid our corners have been in a while. I can't. I can't. If I do get one, I'm gonna get one. Get a corner and to just add depth. But no reason for us to go out there and draft high on the corner.
For me,
So basically, you're saying maybe
Yeah,
sign one, but keep these guys.
yeah. I'm keeping them for sure.
Okay,
for
Trey.
me, still, even if that was the case, I'm still drafting a corner. Huh? Um,
Mm.
I'm still drafting a corner. How? Because you never know. Injuries could take a factor because Darius Slay and Nelson are a little bit older. They're
Yeah.
all on the little older side. Um, and then it's a big fact. It's bigger when you got two veteran corners that dudes can sit behind, like a McPherson can sit behind, a Darius Slay, a Nelson. You bring another dude like a Strictly into somebody, even if you're not gonna play, Stingley, even if you're not gonna pay him, play him right away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just sitting behind those veterans, that's a lot of knowledge he's gonna get of the game.
Right.
So, I mean, even if we keep this cornerback core as it is, I'm still drafting the cornerback high. I mean, he could fight. If he take one of those guys' spot, then it is what it is. But I mean, just having that veteran presence around him is gonna make him a better player, regardless. Then you going up against a Devontae Smith every day. That's gonna make you better too. So
Yeah.
I feel like having these kind of veterans on the football team is really beneficial for your team. So I'm re-signing Nelson, but I'm still drafting the cornerback high.
Hell yeah.
So drafting, signing, and I'm gonna say, well, I guess if we re-sign Nelson, that's keeping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say keep him. Go ahead and sign Nelson to another year, 2-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what McPherson does in year 2. Because they showed some stats on McPherson, and it showed that he hasn't been playing that much, but in terms of targets against him, he's doing a pretty good job out there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? No one's really doing anything against him. He's a sure tackler, that's for sure. You know, whenever anybody does make a catch on him, he's right there. He's
And
getting them.
who is hoe?
Yeah, so Rick, I'm saying stay put, let these guys develop. You know, sign Nelson to 1 or 2 year deal. Don't need to bring anybody else in new. And definitely not using a first round pick on like Stingley or one of those guys. Even though it would be awesome, but it might even be a little bit more beneficial in some people's eyes. But I just think Nelson's already a year inside of the scheme. Keeping him there, he's going to be able to develop from there and be even better in the scheme next year. And that'd be a more stable cornerback duel between him and I think once you get rid of Slay, then you worry about getting another young guy in the draft to pair up. So
Right.
I'm keeping these guys together. Gonna rock with them another year or two, but definitely I want to see if maybe a guy like McPherson could take the offseason seriously, come back, ball out, and take one of these guys' jobs.
Thanks.
So the safeties, I know we should definitely get a mixed opinion about this one. The safeties, Harrison's on a 1-year deal. Do you re-sign that guy? He's been having playing some good football as of late. He didn't start out as good, but he's definitely playing some good football lately. McLeod is our defensive leader, basically vocal leader, but he has injuries too, where he's out a lot too. So do you trust McLeod to come back for a couple more years? What are you guys doing at the safety spot?
I feel like the safety spot has been solid. You know, like I haven't even had a real reason to have to pay attention to the safety because we don't get a lot of people going over our heads. You know, so the safety has been pretty much invisible. But I like our safety. I'm keeping. I'm keeping for sure.
So you're just gonna re-sign Harris
Yes.
and just keep the same safeties we got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If I could get Kyle Hamilton, I'm getting Kyle Hamilton.
Facts.
If I could get Kyle Hamilton, because he's really like the prototypical safety that you would want. It's like he's a big hitter. He can cover. I mean, he's physical at the point of attack. He plays good in coverage. He defends a lot of passes. He reads quarterback out. Like he's really a great safety, man. Like he's a great safety. So if I could get Kyle Hamilton, I'm getting him. Rodney McLeod's kind of at the end of his career now. I mean, he's an old dude. McLeod been in the league for a long time. He might be at the point where he's ready to retire. Back-to-back ACL tears. Keep fighting back from those kind of injuries. I like Epps. I like Epps, man. And it's probably just more of a we seeing him more now. But I like Epps as a player. He's a physical tackler. I mean, he's always around the football. I'm re-signing Harris. I'm re-signing Harris. I'm re-signing Harris to a longer deal. Man, we need him in that defensive backfield. Like I said, he's a solid tackler. He can cover his butt off. He plays. He covers running backs, tight ends. Like he's just a solid football player. Kayvon Wallace. I don't know, man. Wallace looking like a bona fide special teams player to me, man. He's looking like a bona fide special teams player to me, man. You gotta look at it. Epps getting snaps over him. And Epps wasn't even I don't even think Epps got drafted. He was an undrafted free agent when we first picked him up like 3 years ago. So I don't think Kayvon Wallace is gonna really be a big factor in his defense moving forward. So if I got a chance to get Hamilton, I'm getting him. If not, I'll probably let Rodney McLeod walk. Either pick up another free agent safety, or I'm rocking with Epps.
Rocking with Epps. I like it. Yeah, in terms of that, like you said, I do want to see Anthony Harris pick back up again. I have liked the way he's been playing over it. I just think it took him time to get into the flow of things again. And another year inside this defensive scheme, he probably play a lot faster next year. Harrison, man, you gotta keep him as long as he wants to play. And, you know, he's like one of those guys that do get hurt, but you're happy when he comes back. You know what I'm saying? Like you like seeing Rodney out there. You know, so I think we can if we keep him a little bit, but I also think we need to go ahead and draft that next safety because as much as I do like Epps, you know, Kayvon's not showing us anything. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to produce at a higher level for sure. Epps is looking good, but I still feel like he's a little too. You know how it's like that little giant, you know, where he's so small though. He doesn't. He got all the heart in the world, but I just feel like he's not. If you want a superstar at the position, he's not ever going to be that superstar. You know, he's that little guy with a big heart that makes some plays, but he's also going to give up some plays. You know, so I think if there is like a Hamilton out there when it comes draft time, definitely pull the trigger and get Hamilton. But other than that, man, you just rock these guys out, re-sign Harris, and draft us whoever the second best safety is, or upgrade it the best way possible. But I think we do need to make an upgrade at the safety position. So that's pretty much everybody, man. Kicker, are you guys loving what you're seeing from our kicking game?
Oh yeah.
I'm rocking with both of them.
Both of them.
Pro
Kicker
Bowl
and
kicker
punter
this year, my guy. Simple.
Kicker and
Pro Bowl punter. Okay, let's do this then. Offensive coordinator. Let Shane Steichen continue to be our offensive coordinator and be Nick Sirianni's puppet. Go sign a new offensive coordinator that's a veteran from the league already, or go find one of these fresh minds out of college and make him our next offensive coordinator?
I don't like our play calling. Period. Like I don't know. It's something about it where like it ain't it ain't new. It ain't traditional. It ain't. I don't know what it is. Like they always say, we don't got no system. We don't got no set. No set
Get out
scheme.
of here, Grant.
You know what I mean?
But that
So
is a good point.
so I'm like, I don't really like our offensive coordinator. I would honestly trade for another one. Well, honestly, I said trade. I'll fire him
We're
and,
trading for what his name is, Rams. Uh,
I don't know the offensive coordinator.
Sean McVay. We're trading for McVay. Nah, he's the head coach. Can't trade for him. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, go ahead.
Offensive coordinator. We don't really know how much effect the offensive coordinator has on the game because Nick Sirianni calling plays. It's like maybe if he turns some of that power over to him and we actually see the job that dude is doing, it'll be a little bit different. But I
But if the
can't read
plays goes from Nick to Steichen to Hurst, you don't think he has any influence in that at all?
like you said, he the puppet. He the puppet. All he do is tell Jalen Hurst the plays that Nick Sirianni told him to run. So I mean, if I could see him in a role where he actually has a little bit of power over the offense, it'd be a little bit different because you don't know if he'll run this offense the same way Nick Sirianni run it. I mean, Nick Sirianni basically the offensive coordinator. I mean, he just got the job title. So I mean, the jury's still out on Shane, man. It's still out on him. If we're gonna blame anybody for this offense, we gotta blame the head coach. You hear me? Because he the one calling the plays. So I'm really like Shane, like not really like a person on my radar. So I mean, he can stick around or whatever. I mean, he cool. He fine with me in my book.
Okay. Um, I would say go get a veteran offensive coordinator. You know, just because, like you said, though, Shane doesn't make the calls. He is the puppet, and Nick Sirianni makes the calls. So since he doesn't have that influencer at his offensive coordinator spot to help him change up some of these play calls, maybe if you go get a big name, veteran offensive coordinator that you bring into here, he would have to listen to this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe the guy was a better play caller than he was, you know? And that'll help him adjust his play calling so we can have a better offense. Like I said, I'm tired of seeing the same plays. Like, I really feel like you got, like I said, for example, 100 page uh, offensive playbook that he's only been to page 6 or maybe page 5. You know what I'm saying? What about the other 95 pages of plays, formations, tactics, strategies that you're not using? You know what I'm saying? So I want to see more from this offense. I think you're kind of even wasting some of the talent on our offense by not being more like the rest of these teams out here. Like literally watched highlights all week long. I'm like, damn, that was a tight play. Damn, that's a tight play. Like, why don't we run plays like this? You see all these other teams. Why don't we run plays like that? And we just don't. So I would want a veteran play caller to come to the Eagles and help Nick out and give us a better offense. So that would be my pick. Is
Yeah,
give me a new one.
possibly help them be more balanced because I know that one game where Nick Sirianni decided to start running the ball. You know what he said after the press conference? He had all them coaches and players coming up to him saying, "Keep running the ball, keep running the ball." So I agree with you. If he was to have a more veteran head coach, like another coach like our offensive line head coach. I keep on forgetting his name. But if we have another coach like him on the team, a veteran presence, a guy with experience, our play calling probably would be a whole bunch more balanced. So I'm gonna blame that honestly on the inexperience of Nick Sirianni. I feel like he gonna keep on growing and keep on growing. We're seeing him evolve and adapt and turn the team into a more running team. I'm hoping to see more progress game in and game out.
Yeah. Okay, so next we got JG. Now JG started out the season piss poor. You know what I'm saying? Like he was garbage, trash. Everybody knows that.
Mm.
Same defense over and over, and I still feel like he needs to develop in that defensive play calling situational football. But are we keeping JG? Do you think he's done enough? Because our defense hasn't looked that bad the last couple of weeks. Even last week, 13 points, my guy. You pray that that's all the team ever scores on you is 13 points.
Yep.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I don't really put none of that blame of last week on him. But do you guys think he's the guy moving forward? Let him rock. Let him grow. Let's see if he gets a couple more pieces. He can develop this defense. Do you want to go to the college ranks and grab a young, hot, fiery defensive coordinator? Or do we need a veteran defensive coordinator to jump in here and take over the shit?
I feel like we go ahead, D.
No, I was just gonna say this is gonna be my last one. Is I gotta run up out of here. But with JG, I like his progress. I like how we was all against him, including me. He was a guy that looked like he couldn't adapt. He couldn't get the guys on defense to even buy into his system. So far these past 3 games, it looked completely different. Especially I feel like the corners are definitely more comfortable. You got Avonte Maddox playing in the spot that he was playing in when he was in college, so he looking extra comfortable, hella dependable. Darius Slay have big play Slay. I'm sorry, big play Slay having a Pro Bowl season. Nelson, he been complimentary corner to Darius Slay. Look, the defense is turning around now. Usually, the strong suit last year, the strong suit of our defense was on the defensive line, and our back end was ass, was terrible. I mean, trash. So with that being said, this year our defense has flipped. Now our corners and our back ends are elite. They in my opinion, I know they give up a lot of yards underneath, but it's taking teams the whole field to you know what I'm saying, to even put the points up. So I'm confident that the defense is making the transition. The defensive line, I'm not surprised that they not. Well, I am surprised that they not getting to the quarterback as much. But then again, when I think about it and I add context to the situation, oh, these defensive line guys, they coming from Jim Schwartz. They used to what? Just running wild, going after the quarterback. Oh, now these guys are running a whole different scheme. This is a whole different scheme that okay, now you actually have rules on the defensive line. You can't just run to the quarterback. You have gap assignments that you have to be responsible for. So with that being said, I'm hoping that our defensive line is just taking a little minute to learn how to apply that pressure within the scheme, because it's got to be a way that guys still can get pressure within that scheme. So I'm loving what JG is turning the defense into. I'm not completely sold yet because he hasn't shown any type of consistency, and I have yet seen our defense perform the way they've been performing these past 3 games. I've yet seen that same defense against a competent quarterback. When I see that, then I'll be more so on the whole JG thing. But so I'm still on the fence. But if I was to make a decision right now as to if I was to keep or get a new one, I gotta keep him. I want our defense to get used to the system, and I see too much progress to just take it away. And just seeing just how much of a learning curve it could be with changing the defensive coordinator. I'm not trying to do that again. We saw how horrific our defense was when the system was just getting in place. It's just not settling down. The only way to really see if the system is legit enough for our defense is give it another year. It's been making progress. Let's just stick to it.
I agree. I agree. We gotta keep Gannon at least for another year, man. It feel
Mm-hmm.
like dude's actually getting comfortable in his system. I mean, everything don't just work overnight, bro. It's like some people used to, especially those veterans, they used to doing a certain thing. And when you
Mm-hmm.
try to get them to do a different thing, they don't be really buy into it. So it feel like everybody's starting to buy into the system.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Slay, all those guys, Harris, Rodney McLeod, they all starting to get comfortable. Now they don't got to
Mm-hmm.
think too much. They can just react. Our
Right.
linebackers starting to get comfortable in this system. They don't got to think too much. They can just react.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but I do feel like you need to bring some veteran coordinators in behind Gannon. Some
Hell
people
yeah.
he could bounce some thoughts off to, and they could let him know like, no, I don't think that's where it's at, or yeah, I
Kind of
love
like
that
what we
man. Let's
said with
try it.
Nick. Give him a veteran guy to help him
Mm-hmm.
out run that defense on that side too.
Yeah, like a Wade Phillips or somebody like that. Just bring a veteran in that he could just bounce some ideas off to. Man, ain't never nothing wrong with that. I mean, but I think JG needs some. He need a little bit more time, man, because like D said, he's improving. He's improving week after week after week with his play calling, his situational play calling. When he's timing those blitzes up, he's starting to improve. Even though we're not getting to a lot of dudes, we putting pressure in their face, making them throw the football early. We didn't hit Daniel Jones a lot last week, but we made him uncomfortable. A lot of bad throws, a lot of untimely throws, quick
Yeah,
throws. I mean,
I
that's
agree
how
with
teams
that.
are really like getting yards on us. All the quick game, we not getting killed over the top. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we putting them in bad situations. Derek
Mm-hmm.
Barnett stepping up now. Sweat starting to get a little bit better. Even Milton Williams. Milton Williams been balling on the low. I mean, the past few weeks, he been balling on the low. He ain't been making like big splash plays, but he been in the quarterback trace a lot. So we gotta get his defensive coordinator a little bit more time to grow, man. Just I mean, get his ideas together. But I do feel like we need to put a coordinator, at least a D back or somebody that actually did work in this league. Need to be behind Jonathan Gannon. Somebody he could lean on when it get tight. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah,
Get it back to like where it was with Andy Reid, when all those people that were on Andy Reid's staff all became great head coaches.
right.
From Rivera to what was that dude named the Ravens coach,
Hardball.
Harbaugh. All these guys were all different positional guys on Andy Reid's staff. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Even the
definitely can
Bills
do that
head
and
coach.
help these guys out. They get the credit of being that coordinator, but have you some great, good veterans, behind you to help you look better, basically. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm keeping good JG too. Like he's definitely improved. He's out of the doghouse. You know what I'm saying? I'm even giving him a little bit longer leash after last game. You know, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like only one that's got a short leash is Nick and his play calling. But the rest of these guys are definitely doing their thing, man. Hey man, we're rolling at 2:15. Shout out to the 20 still in the chat 2 hours later. Man, we've been rocking a great show tonight. We've had high views the whole night, man. Much love to all you guys for rocking with us all night tonight, man. We got 20 up in here. Make sure you hit the like on everybody's channel and subscribe to all of us. You know what I'm saying? D Gifted, One Trey Rock, Bird Gang 31, BGN Sports Media, baby. Because that's where we all rocking. We're rocking the BGN Sports Media, and it's definitely growing. Everybody, if you guys want to support us, it is the holiday seasons. Go get you some merch. You know what I'm saying? We got BGN Sports Media merch. 15% off all sales if you use holidays 15 is the promo code. 15% off. So if you want to save a little money, go do it. Go do it. Let's support our guys. Every content creator in here gets a piece of that money, to help their channel grow, when you go support them. So, hey, go help them out. Holiday season. Go get you some tight gear. You know what I'm saying? We're making new stuff in there every single day. Every single content creator on here got their own merchandise in there. So go help them out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And much love to all you guys for sticking around. Hit that like I said. Let's give a little final thoughts on the way out about the Jets game. What do you think is going to happen? Give me your score position.
Man, I think we're gonna go in here and dominate. I think last game was a wake up call. We lost a game that we should have won, and I feel like everybody gonna come out with vengeance. We saw how Malata took the game. We saw how Jalen took the game. These guys didn't take the game that easy. So I'm expecting these guys to go back to work and come out and playing hard. I feel like the coaches got to get back on the ball. They just got out the doghouse. Now they back up in that mug, and hey, they gotta definitely bounce back. This is a bounce back game for sure.
I agree. I feel like we go in there and dominate them. Don't get too cute. Run the offense effectively. I mean, shut him down on defense. Zach Wilson is not a good quarterback at this point in his career. You got to make him look like he's not a good quarterback. Don't let him start getting in rhythm on you and stuff like that. I mean, make him uncomfortable. Bring those blitzes. Make him throw the football fast. Get in his face, hit him, put him in the dirt. That's the biggest confidence crusher for a young quarterback, man. Just seeing dudes in his face all day. Other than that, man, I feel like we should dominate this game. We're gonna win this game 34-10.
Nice, man. And yes, Eagle fans, remember, we are at that point of the season. Everybody called this a rebuild year. Everybody knew this was a rebuild year. But we have been winning in the rebuild. Okay? We have 5 games left. 2 games behind the Dallas Cowboys. 2. 2 out of 5. Do the math with me, guys. The division is not sold yet. Yes, the Cowgirls beat the Saints last night. Whatever. It's the same. We destroyed the Saints. They just beat them. This is still November. Before the Saints game, they lost 3 out of 4 games, right? 3 out of 4 games. Okay? It's still possible that they lose 2 to 3 more games before they play us week 17. Okay, guys? So just know that, it is still a chance that we can win this division. It's not over yet. We went out, division. You know what I'm saying? Or at least we're playing that last Dallas game for the division. Even if not, we went out. We definitely going to the playoffs. This season is not over by far, guys. We need all the support for your Philadelphia Eagles to continue. Get behind us. Jalen had a bad game. Who cares? He's still our quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders had a bad game. Who cares? He's still our running back. Get behind these guys. Let's give the Eagles the most energy possible for this last stretch run. Because it is what it is. After that, football's over. We don't make the playoffs. It's done. It's a wrap. We're going to be watching every otherbody's team the rest of the year. So, go support your Eagles. And let's make sure we get this win this weekend. I think the Eagles win 35-10. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, I don't even care what the score is. Get that W, and let's keep moving to that bye week. So, shout out to all you guys still in here. Much love. Like we said, like and subscribe to all channels. We going to be here pre-game, after a post-game, every time, man. We're bringing the hottest Eagles content there is. BGN Sports Media. Holla at us. Fly, Eagles, fly. We out. Peace.